kind of starting off with a new program. So, but honestly, excited. I think nervous energy is usually a good thing if it can kind of fuel you to make sure you're as prepared as you can be. And I think we are. I think we're prepared. I'm excited for it. This is why you kind of coach is so you start to get in these moments, and there should be a fun one tonight.
Awesome. Thanks for doing this, and good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Whether it's a plumbing emergency or just a simple repair like a clogged toilet, Plumbers 911 is your source for the best licensed plumbers. Every plumber has background checks, insurance, and 10,000 hours of training. When you call 1-833-PLUM-911, you'll be connected with one of Chicagoland's most trusted contractors, like Omega Plumbing in Joliet. Wherever you are, a Plumbers 911 contractor is always close by. Call 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911, where they do it right the first time.
Marquette Bank has been helping small...
A winner and a loser. A lot at stake, obviously. But for me personally, it's a lifetime journey to acquire the skill set that's required to be able to perform when the stakes are the highest, under the most scrutinized pressure, when you're expected to perform. And you think about a Game 7 moment, or Game 7, that's when you have to perform. It's a winner or go home situation. And what are the skill sets that are required to do that? Obviously, we've practiced our game and honed our skill set for years and years and years, tens of thousands of hours of honing our skills. But emotionally, mentally, what prepares you to play in those moments and perform when you're expected to? That, I think, is what really defines a Game 7 moment for the players that have excelled in Game 7 moments. And what are those life lessons that we can teach our young boys and girls, and the skill sets required to do that? The breathing, it's being able to slow your heart down, and your blood pressure goes up, and your decision making is rash, and concentration varies because of all of it. What allows you to kind of really slow down and use your God-given talent, and then obviously the repetitions through your whole life that you know you can do it. You just got to be able to do it when it matters most. It's like hitting a home run, and like Aaron Boone did, or doing something special at the right moments. And I think the educational part of the docuseries is really fascinating to me there, to help our young boys and girls who will be faced with big decisions in their life. And you don't have to be a sport fan to have a Game 7 moment in life. Everybody's faced with decisions that are going to alter the trajectory of their lives in one way or another there. And we're trying to figure out what those skill sets are.
What does it feel like to lose a Game 7?
Fortunately for me, I never experienced what the Oilers did last year, of going all the way to the end in a championship game and losing in a Game 7. Anytime you get to a Game 7, it's a hard journey to get there. Two teams, evenly matched. It's been a war. It's been a tug of war. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's tired. And then to lose that is devastating. I think about my own experience in Game 7, winning 7 of them. The two still hurt to this day. What could I have done different? You always say that you got to lose in order to understand how to win. I do agree with that. I think there are lessons in loss and in failure, both as a team and as an individual. If I had my preference, I would have liked to have learned those lessons while I was winning. But unfortunately, that's just not the way it is. But I look back at it now and just think about how grateful I am for all the lessons in wins and the losses, because it really ends up defining who you are as a person and as a player.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
I'm Frank Trout.
You're listening to NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM.
By Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
It's game time. Backpack the other way. Draisaitl, McDavid left side. Cuts in through the circle in front of Kansas. Oh, what a save, Bobrovsky on Corey Perry. Sergei Bobrovsky in the full splits makes the save. The Panthers lead by a pair. Down to the final 5 seconds. Rats rain down. Lord Stanley staying in South Florida. Last year was greatness. This time it's historic. The Florida Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup Cup champions.
Florida Panthers hockey on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers.
Now, let's get right to the action.
Welcome inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. A new season is upon us in the Panthers. Two-time defending Stanley Cup champions back at it here this evening. A new Panthers season, a new NHL season begins right here tonight. It's the Panthers and the Chicago Blackhawks. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Our on-site engineers, Manny Chang, Trevor Harris back at studio control. We'll bring it all to you here tonight. We will have the banner-raising ceremony, the 2025 Stanley Cup Championship banner-raising ceremony coming your way over the air in about 5 minutes or so. So we're going to dive right into our pregame here. Billy Lindsay, before we get this thing going, before we hear from Paul Maurice, before we have the banner-raising ceremony, feels like we were just here, doesn't it? Doesn't feel like we ever stopped playing, but I tell you what, this team's ready to go once again.
Yeah, just keep going, one season to the other, and yes, they're ready to go. A lot of chemistry and what they've been able to develop, even with the injuries on the Panthers roster. Little adversity to start the season. I mean, when you win Stanley Cups, you have to overcome a lot of adversity. I expect this team to come out flying tonight, hungry, and we'll see a couple of new faces in the lineup, but mostly a lot of what we saw last year. And looking for Mackie Samoskevich, he's going to get a big opportunity out of the gate. And Anton Lundell is going to be up there in the top six rotation constantly, and expect him to get some power play time early in this year, see what he's able to do with it.
Even dealing with some key injuries, most of this Panthers lineup tonight played for the team in the playoffs last season, and we will talk about that as we cruise along here. Let's get into hearing from Panthers head coach Paul Maurice. Our pregame conversation presented as always by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. And, well, before we get to tonight's game, last night the Panthers got their Stanley Cup rings. And as we begin the conversation with Paul Maurice, first thing I asked him was what went through his mind as he opened up that box and saw the ring for the first time.
Well, a lot of emotions, some great video as a reminder. And you don't live in it every day, so I think this past summer was a little bit quieter emotionally for everybody. And then you come to camp and you're back to work, and you have a night like last night where you get to see a bunch of just really kind of precious moments with the group on video, the games that they played, the winning of it, and then you're 5 years old waiting to open up Christmas present, the big one. And what a wonderful reminder of last year.
You talk about reminders tonight. Again, you get to see a banner go to the rafters. How special is this experience, especially knowing what it feels like having seen a banner go to the rafters before?
It's really special, and I think we get to kind of, I think last year I looked at that as the final piece, and then we move on, and that'll be the same this year. But we'll enjoy it as well. Last year was such an achievement for those men with coming in off a couple of long seasons to be able to stay in the fight during the regular season, but really get to play our best hockey in the playoffs. It was an incredible accomplishment for them, and I hope they take the time to personally appreciate the moment they were a part of.
And as you guys do turn the page, obviously some adversity going into the year with the Barkov injury, the Tkachuk injury, the Nosek injury. But that being said, a chance tonight to have a forward group where all but one guy played for you in the playoffs last year defensively. All but one guy played for you in the playoffs last year. What kind of luxury is it for that kind of continuity going into the year, even without some important players?
Well, it's fantastic to have and I think it's needed. Those are important men, two centermen. Matthew, such a critical piece to the technical part of what we do, power play, so many of those things. But so we have some new things then because of these injuries, and so there's a bit of a test to that. But at the same time, there's so much familiarity in the other parts of our game. It's much easier to be trying out one or two new things than having to revamp everything that you do.
And just looking at the game as a whole, Chicago comes in, obviously, a young team, hungry team with some speed. Everything starts fresh here in game one. What do you look for in terms of the matchup here tonight?
Well, it's an adjustment to speed for us. You can skate hard in training camp, and we've had some unusual exhibition games, so we get to play a lot of 5-on-5. the speed of this game and how quick we can make the adjustments. So what you want to be able to do is go in and rely on some known structure, and keep your game as simple and as fast as you possibly can. The first one's always a little unusual. The first period doesn't usually look like the second period or the third. You get 3 mini games. Each team will try to get back to some adjustment, but very quick, really skilled team that we haven't handled easily in the past. We're with them in a rebuild and some fine young talent coming in, and us kind of in a more mature place. We haven't played very well against them, so we got to get to that speed game as quick as we can.
Panthers head coach Paul Maurice right there. Pre-game conversation presented as always by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. Kevin Rogers, it's the Panthers, it's the Blackhawks. We welcome you in once again. Great to see you again, sir. Who are you highlighting here tonight as far as our players to watch are concerned?
All right, Doug, thank you. Obviously, Alexander Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk both on the shelf for a while, so we're going to look at Sam Reinhart. 2 seasons ago, 57 goals for the Panthers. Last year, 39 goals in the regular season, but 11 in the postseason, including the big goal in Game 6 to help the Panthers knock out the Edmonton Oilers to win their second straight Stanley Cup. On the Blackhawks side, Connor Bedard, number 1 pick of the 2023 draft, played in all 82 games last season, 23 goals and 44 assists. He's the face of this Blackhawks franchise, Doug.
It's the Panthers and it's the Chicago Blackhawks here tonight. The scratches are presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Tonight's medical doctors, Dr. Uribe, Dr. Yagnik, Dr. Ross. Presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. And out with injuries here to start the season. You won't hear the following names: Alexander Barkov, Matthew Tkachuk, Tomas Nosek. Barkov, when the surgery took place, they said 7 to 9 months. Bill Zito said December-ish as far as a potential return for Matthew Tkachuk is concerned. And Tomas Nosek is going to be an extended time as well. So you won't hear their names tonight. Also out of the lineup tonight for the Panthers, newly signed Noah Gregor. Cole Schwinn just recently claimed on waivers, and Uvis Balinskis. You won't hear their names tonight. For Chicago, you can scratch Louis Crevier, Alex Vlasic, and Lucas Reichel. You won't hear their names tonight. So the ceremony getting going. We'll bring you in live to it. It's the Panthers and the Chicago Blackhawks. We've got a tribute video playing overhead. You will hear Panthers public address announcer Andrew Imber throughout this as well. You'll hear some highlight montages. Let's go to it. The in-arena ceremony as the 2025 Stanley Cup Championship banner is moments away from being raised to the rafters here on opening night. Flex out front, and the Panthers have won it in overtime.
So, what a save by Bobrovsky.
You talk about a brilliant play by Sasha Barkov. Watch this pass over to Carter Verhaeghe. And the Florida Panthers are going to the Stanley Cup Final for the 3rd year in a row.
Marchand wins Game 2 for the Panthers in double overtime.
Bennett with a huge hit.
Score! Bennett! 4-1 Florida. A nice move. Comes to the net. Scores!
Down to the final 5 seconds. Reds rain down. Lord Stanley staying in South Florida. Last year was greatness. This time it's historic. The Florida Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. The Florida Panthers have etched their names in hockey history. So a tribute video just ran, reliving some moments from the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. And, of course, you heard some of those clips from the Cup final as well. And the banner looks like it's
making its way out,
positioned and ready to be raised. You will hear public address announcer Andrew Imber take it away here in a moment. You'll have some introductions, and here we go.
Ice, your Stanley Cup champion, Florida Panthers. For the unveiling of our 2025 Stanley Cup Championship banner. Champions, and serve as the ultimate symbol of determination and a selfless team-first mentality. 5 champions raise their sticks and salute you.
Still pretty surreal to see a banner going to the rafters, and that's a second banner in as many years, Billy. Hard to believe 1 year ago. Tomorrow would have been the night we saw the first banner go to the rafters. Here we are a year later, a second one in the rafters. Some nice decor at Tamarack Bank Arena.
Yeah, and we've been to 3 straight Stanley Cup finals, and I seem to repeat as champion. It just goes on and on, but now you got to try and do that climb and walk through the 82 games in the playoffs again if you want to get back to that mountaintop. And if there was a group or organization committed to do that, it's these players on the ice, along with the ownership group, the coach, the GM. Everyone seems on page to go after number 3, so we'll see what happens. It starts tonight against the Blackhawks.
It all starts tonight. We're going to step aside. We'll come back, and we will have the starting lineups in the drop of the puck. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers here with you. Manny Chang is our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control. It's the Panthers and the Chicago Blackhawks kicking off a new NHL season right here tonight. Panthers, Blackhawks next, right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, Panthers fans, time to face off. Hockey is back, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the sellies this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cats games or to any other live event in South Florida, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. SeatGeek.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
The Panthers defend the net. The Mesman Dover Law Firm defends your rights. Accidents happen, but you don't have to face the penalties alone. As the official law firm of the Florida Panthers, our team will fight to get you the settlement you deserve. Call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE today for a free consultation. That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com. Now let's have an unstoppable season. Let's go, Cats!
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amaranth Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Land of the free and the home of the brave.
Oh, welcome inside Amaranth Bank Arena here in Sunrise. A new Florida Panthers season, a new National Hockey League season gets going right here this evening. The 2025 Stanley Cup Championship banner is in the rafters, and we are ready to go. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang, our on-set engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control. Your starting lineups are presented by SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panthers seats. For the Panthers, coached by Paul Maurice, the starting forward line will be Sam Bennett between Carter Verhaeghe and Brad Marchand. Nico Mikula, Seth Jones defensively. The goaltender, Sergei Bobrovsky. On the other side, for the Chicago Blackhawks, coached by Jeff Blashill, his first regular season game behind the Hawks bench here tonight. Starting lineup will feature Jason Dickinson up front between Colton Dock and Ilya Mikheyev. Ethan Del Mastro alongside Connor Murphy defensively, and the former Panther Spencer Knight doing the goaltending here this evening. The officials tonight, the referees are Kelly Sutherland and Eric Furlat, working the lines, Scott Cherry and Matt McPherson. It'll be the Panthers in red, right to left across your radio dials here in this opening frame. The Chicago Blackhawks in white, left to right.
Hey,
one
Jason.
of two regular season matchups between these two teams half of the season series will be in the books right here this evening.
Well, it's all right here. Going to Chicago's been a problem for the Panthers last few years, but we'll get it started and we're off to the races.
Off and running here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Del Mastro takes it for Chicago, dumps it down to our right. Jones in the far corner, pokes it up the far wall, didn't get the clear. Doc will spin it down and around the end wall. Rims off to the near side. Carter Verhage there, bounces one along. Sam Bennett cruising into neutral ice, held up on the near side. Verhage finds a loose puck, knocked away. Bennett recovers, Marchand shot, and that deflects into the near corner. Picked up here by Dickinson. He'll shovel one off the short glass, can't get it out. He'll try again. This time goes back behind his own net for Connor Murphy, and he will clear. That deflects off a stick and into the seats. 34 seconds gone by here in the opening frame. No score. Panthers and the Blackhawks. And Billy, former teammates make up the goaltending matchup here tonight. Sergei Bobrovsky, the future Hall of Famer, and Spencer Knight, a guy Chicago hopes can be their starter for a long time to come.
They do, and we got Seth Jones in return, and that helped us out immensely. We wish Spencer Knight the best of luck in a Chicago uniform. Played 15 games at the end of the season for the Blackhawks, and they do hope that he becomes their next number one. Signed him to a new contract this offseason, and Sergei Bobrovsky, there's not much to say about him other than pure greatness between the pipes.
2 Vezina trophies, 2 rings. Sergei Bobrovsky. Here's Anton Lundell up the right side looking for Sam Reinhart. Can't connect on a pass. And Tyler Bertuzzi sends one out to the neutral zone. Teuvo Teravainen and swings one in with a backhand down to our right into the Panthers zone. Jeff Petrie, his Panthers debut. He gets things started. Lundell to Luostarinen. Out to center. Sam Reinhart. He'll walk it along. Had it poked away. Recovered. Got it over the Hawks line. Not much further than that. And both teams swap out some personnel. Here on the near side, the puck walked along by Artem Levchinov. He turns it over. Matt Samoskevich and a shot that deflects off the stick of Matt Grzelcyk and out of play. 1:15 off the clock here in the first period. No score. A couple of guys making their Panthers debuts tonight. Jeff Petrie, mentioned him on the back end. Luke Cunnin up front. The only 2 skaters dressed tonight that didn't play for the Panthers in the playoffs last year, and they're both longtime NHL veterans.
Yes, they are. Jeff Petrie now, with this game in the books, is 18 games away from 1,000, which is pretty impressive. Brings over 37 years old, 16th year in the NHL. Played last year in Detroit, and good puck-moving defenseman. You look back there, and when they've always kind of tried to fill out that role in that bottom pairing with that 5-6 with Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Nate Schmidt, now Petrie, it's all the same thing. They're all had offensive skill and can move the puck really well.
Jesper Boquist, far corner, holds one down low. It's taken back by Sam Renzel, first-round pick a couple of years back. He'll send one all the way down, and that's going to be an early icing call against Chicago. 1:32 into the action. No score and a face-off once again down to our left inside the Chicago zone. I think that is something even without Barkov, without Tkachuk, without Tomas Nosek, all out due to injuries. Like I said, Billy, still a ton of continuity with this Panthers lineup coming into the year.
Yes, there is. And I guess maybe the one big surprise as we start tonight is Brad Marchand up there with Benton Verhage and Lundell Luostarinen with Reinhart on the wing. It's the success, but that's the way they're going to start out.
Here's Forsling, a drive and a save made by Knight. He'll hang on to that. And you mentioned that, Billy. Last year in the playoffs, Lundell Luostarinen and Marchand was such a dangerous line. But prior to that, we've seen Lundell Luostarinen and Reinhart work really well. That was a line when the Panthers went to the Cup final in 23 before they ultimately lost to Vegas.
Well, guess what? These lines that we have written down right now, 20 games in, we're going to see a bunch of different combinations. I guarantee you that. It's just the way it goes.
Hawks get a clear up the near side. Here's Connor Bedard. Right circle, a shot. He rang it off the iron. That goes up and out of play. 18-14 left in the first. No score. And on that note, worth mentioning Connor Bedard, Billy. There haven't been many prospects to come to the National Hockey League.
Yeah, he had him beaten. Bobrovsky actually went down in the butterfly position and maybe a couple inches lower. We're talking about a 1-0 Hawks lead. Ryan Green now will face off against the Panthers' Luke Cunnin. And wins the draw to the right point to Murphy. Moving down, he'll fire it in front. Deflects through to the left wing side. Del Mastro hit by Jona Gadjevich, but flips the puck in behind the net. And there's Nick Foligno to get it. Out to Del Mastro, left point. Long shot from there. Butterfly save is made by Bobrovsky. Del Mastro again to Murphy, right point. Firing a shot from there. That deflects up and almost into the back of the Panther net. It ends up toppling over the net. Panthers get the puck back. And Gadjevich will clear to center ice. Back in the Hawk zone, Murphy now with the puck. Hawk blue line. He's hit as he unloads a pass across just into the Panther zone. Punched out to center ice by Jeff Petrie. His dad, Dan Petrie, played for the Detroit Tigers. Now Petrie in the far corner Panther zone. Hands it ahead now to Rodriguez. Evan Rodriguez hands the puck now in turn to A.J. Greer, who flips it into the Hawk zone, and we get a whistle. Offside will be the call against the Panthers here. No score, 17:21 left in period number 1.
I think that puck either hit the official or someone on the Blackhawks bench, and that's why it ricocheted all the way to the left-hand side. By the way, John, if the Blackhawks win today, it's going to be sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Hopefully, we are sharing that read a lot this season.
I'd like to be talking about that at the post-game end of this broadcast. I'd also share, Charlie, if the Blackhawks win today, it would be the first time in 3 tries that the Blackhawks beat the Florida Panthers in a season-opening game. Last time they played the Panthers in a season opener was in Finland in 2009, and the Panthers won 4-3. Back inside the Florida zone, Colton Dock banging bodies in the right wing corner, whips the puck up the boards to the point, but Renzel, he was leaning toward the deep slot area, and the puck slides all the way down. Grizzlick beside the Hawk net. Passing it ahead to Dock, Hawk line. He shot it ahead over the center ice circle. Sam Bennett took it away. He was the Conn Smythe Trophy winner in last year's playoffs. Now Dickinson takes the puck from everybody from the penalty boxes, fires it off the right side boards down behind the Panther net. Bobrovsky gave it to Petrie. Over to Forsling. Outlet pass Bennett over the Hawk line. Drop pass Marchand. Top of the left circle. Got away a shot block. And now Ekblad follows up with a bomb from the top of the right circle into the glove of Spencer Knight, and he'll hold on. Whistle stopping play. Face-off circle to Knight's left.
Spencer Knight looks pretty dialed in early on. Has faced 3 early shots. Most of them have come from the point. But nice to see that he's getting into the flow of the game pretty early, and the Hawks are keeping things to the outside.
You might think that Knight has a little bit of an advantage against this Florida team. He faced them in practice all of last year until he got traded, so he knows their tendencies. And the draw won by the Panthers. Niko Mikkola firing from the left point. That goes high and wide of the net. Mikkola, another one of the Panthers that signed a lengthy extension in the offseason, 8 years. Several of the Panthers have done that, including Marchand. He signed a 6-year extension. By the time his contract ends, Charlie, he's going to be 43 years old. Now Ryan Green of the Hawks in the left wing corner. Tried to fling the puck in front. Mikkola picked it off. Panthers exit their end, led by Carter Verhaeghe over the Hawk line left wing to Sam Bennett. He shoots and down as Knight with a sensational butterfly save. Green takes the loose puck. He's tripped as he does and fires it down ice to the Panther line. And no penalty called as they play on. Verhaeghe to center ice. Flings it off the left side boards deep into the Hawk zone. Del Mastro guiding the puck behind the net to Connor Murphy. He'll settle it down. Murphy now to Nazar, right wing of center ice. Shot a rink wide for Sam Lafferty, who's going to the bench. Panthers back into the Hawk zone. Puck is centered across to the near side by Reinhart. Lundell in the left wing corner. Put it now in the far circle. And Carter Verhaeghe falling down. Got a shot away. That's turned out of there. It's actually Eetu Luostarinen. Lundell in the right wing corner. Put it to the line. Ekblad. Long wrist shot. Deflects wide. Loose puck to the near boards. Karavainen strips it up the right side boards down into the Panther zone. The Hawks will get a line change as Ekblad takes the puck deep in the Panther zone. He'll hold as the Panthers make a line change.
Really good shift there by Florida, and a terrific save by Spencer Knight on that 2-on-1 on Sam Bennett. Knight is very sharp in his first 5 minutes.
Sure is. This time he tips the puck around up the near side. Ryan Donato, who had a career year last year, over the Panther line to Andre Burakovsky along the left board. He waves it behind the net around to Connor Bedard along the right side boards. He drops it back to the right point. Artyom Levshinov misplayed the puck to center ice. The Hawks have to regroup. Burakovsky to center ice over the logo. Dumping the puck off the left quarter boards, Panther zone. Donato finishing his check. Bedard in to get the puck and then had it stripped away by A.J. Greer. And the Panther forward will sling one slowly down the boards deep into the Hawk end. And line changes for both teams again. Levshinov to Kaiser between the circles, Hawk zone. Passing up the left wing. Here's Colton Dock from the benches. Tried to poke check it ahead. It's batted back now to Kaiser, Hawk line. He'll step over the center ice red stripe. Guns it off the right corner boards, Panther zone. This flows into the crease. Bobrovsky moves it over, and then Petrie shot the puck up into the Panther bench. We get a whistle stopping play. 13:53 left here in South Florida. Hawks and Panthers, no score here in Game 1 of the 2025-26 season. And this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra-premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. Just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful Blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Benny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Being a union member, you have significant financial benefits. And the closer you get to retirement, the more your financial needs change, impacting the way you approach those benefits. Hi, I'm Ron Whittingham, co-owner of Megan Financial. We provide financial planning solutions exclusively designed for you, the hard-working men and women of organized labor. Megan Financial will help you take steps to pursue the growth you want and the protection you need. Visit us at megent.com.
Investment executive offering security and advisory services through Cetera Advisors, LLC, member FINRA SIPC.
Bob Surratt, weekday mornings at 6. Now let's get you back to the ice.
Back here at Amerant Bank Arena, Blackhawks and Panthers, 0-0 score. John, credit to the Panthers here, just giving a video tribute to Spencer Knight as he makes his return back to Florida. He gives a little wave with his glove, but trying to stay dialed into the moment because Spencer is dialed. It says 4 shots, but I thought it was 5. Spencer Knight has been on his A game in his return to Florida.
Now, you'd have to think that he's been waiting for this game ever since the schedule came out. You know what I mean? I mean, you see that on the schedule. Wow, we're going to Florida, first game. Oh, boy, I get to face my old teammates, the team that traded me away. Draw now won by the Hawks. Grzelcyk at the left point. Sticks the puck down behind the Panther net to the left wing corner. Burakovsky to the line now. Rinzel fires, and that deflects up into the protective netting. One thing about the Panthers, in their defensive zone, they pursue the puck carrier. You're not going to get a lot of time and space. And I think Sam Rinzel probably found that out. He probably was told that in a meeting before the game, but I think he just found it out firsthand right there.
Florida is just relentless on the forecheck. They don't give you any time and space. They force you into turning the puck over just because you almost feel them breathing down your neck. And if they aren't there, you have that subconscious feeling that they are just because you assume that they're going to be there. So they've been a joy to watch over the last 3 to 4 years here.
Here's Grzelcyk back at the Hawk line, slapping the puck away over the center ice circle, taken by Ryan Donato. He sticks it off the right side boards into the Panther zone, but he was shielded off the puck by Forsling. Bennett took it out to center ice, now to Forsling. Over the Hawk line on the left wing side to Marchand. We get a whistle. This play is ruled offside. They'll face it off again just outside the Hawk blue line. No score in the game. We look at the face-offs tabulation. They've got it on the scoreboard there. The Hawks are winning 60% of the draws. And that's a good thing. Got to love that puck possession, especially against a team like the Panthers.
That's an area Chicago certainly wants to take a big step in this season. We've talked about it all training camp. The Hawks were near the bottom of the league in face-off percentage, and when you're not winning close to 50% of your draws, you spend a lot of time in your own end chasing the puck, and so hopefully Chicago improves in that department this year.
Teravainen now swats the puck off the boards from the Hawk zone down into the Panther end. Nico Mikkola back to get it. With a pass ahead to center ice, Luostarinen to Lindell coming by over the Hawk blue line. Bodied off the puck down the slot by Kaiser. But a penalty is going to be called here, and the Panthers are going to go to the power play. It looks like it's going to be Artem Levshinov.
Chicago 55, minor penalty slashing.
It's referee Eric Furlat that made the call. Last year on the power play, the Panthers finished 13th, but that was with Barkov and Tkachuk. But here tonight, they're going to go with their top line, Bennett, Verhaeghe, and Marchand. And actually, Sam Reinhart is now playing the right wing.
Florida's one of the fewer teams that they run 2 defensemen on their top power play. They got Aaron Ekblad and Seth Jones out, and I imagine they're doing that because there is no Barkov and there's no Tkachuk. I think they They like to run 5 forwards as well on sometimes, but they got 2 defensemen out there with Seth and Aaron.
Then at the center ice and over the Hawk blue line on the left wing, drops it off. Marchand put it in front of the net. That's fought off by Knight. Puck taken by the Hawks and cleared all the way down by Ilya Mikheyev. Mikheyev led the Blackhawks in shorthanded goals last year. Here's Seth Jones out the center ice, dropping the puck back in the Panther zone to Reinhart. And he's been averaging 40 goals a year since coming to Florida. Reinhart drops it off now from the net. Ekblad fires. That's blocked. Kaiser waves it out of there, but not out of the zone. Held in at the right point by Seth Jones. Then the Hawks get the puck back as Jones miscued on a pass. Teravainen will flip it all the way down. 1 minute left on Levshinov's penalty. Panthers looking a little disorganized right now. Between the circles, this is Aaron Ekblad. Actually, Jeff Petrie picking up the puck, driving it off the right corner boards, Hawk zone. Puck skirts the net to the near side. Wyatt Kaiser right there to get it, and he'll clear it all the way down. 2 new defensemen out for the Hawks to help kill off this penalty, Murphy and Del Mastro. Panthers attack, Petrie at his blue line. Passing it ahead, Evan Rodriguez over the Hawk line to Mackey. Samoskevich down to the right wing corner. Passes back to the left point, Petrie. Here's Petrie now, moving it to the right point. Rodriguez back to Petrie, deep slot to Verhaeghe near sideboards. Coughed up the puck to Murphy, put it ahead to Dickinson, and he'll clear it all the way down.
Great play by Connor Murphy. That's one of those penalty killers that is stationed in front of the net, but Jeff Blashill wants his PKers, the defensemen, to be far more aggressive this year and try to block off the pass from the defenseman to the flanks. And here we're going to get an icing on Florida.
Now icing the call, now 5 seconds left on the Panther power play. The Panthers gave up 10 shorthanded goals last season. And they scored a few of their own, but 10 shorthanded goals for a coach like Paul Maurice, who was second all-time in games coached, only to Scotty Bowman. That's got to drive a guy crazy. Even as much success as Florida had, coaches always look for those little things to improve on, and I know that's one of them. Face-off circle to Bobrovsky's left. Panthers get it. Now Donato with some good work to pin the puck to the corner boards as the Hawks are at full strength. Levshinov out of the box will head to the Hawks bench. Evan Rodriguez swats the puck to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Rinzel claims it, hit by Luke Cunnin, but moves it ahead. Here's Bedard, got ahead of the puck at the Hawk blue line. Ekblad slaps it down behind the net. Knight out to play the puck around up the near side to Sam Rinzel. Shot it to the line, held in by the Panthers again. Luke Cunnin put it to the left wing corner for Jesper Boquist. The brother of Adam Boquist, former Hawks #1 pick. They battle in the left wing corner. Matt Grzelcyk there on top of him. Puck came out to Cunnin to the left point. Forsling fires, and a breadbasket save made by Spencer Knight. He just knelt down on his pads in the butterfly position, took that shot off the logo on his chest. He let it drop into his glove, handed it to the linesman, all in a day's work.
It's a fantastic penalty kill there by Chicago after an early chance by the Panthers. Now that the Blackhawks are back to full strength, that's sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine.
This is the Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4Seasons. I've been waiting all summer to say that, Charlie. Inside the Hawk zone, Seth Jones to the puck along the right boards. Flips it down behind the net into the near corner. Levshinov guides it up the right wing side. Not out of the zone. Held in by the Panthers, Carter Verhaeghe. He sticks it behind the net. And Knight will clear it around the boards of center ice. Poked through by Bertuzzi to Nazar and a breakaway down the slot. Shoots, he scores! And the Blackhawks take a 1-0 lead on the Panthers. A heads-up play by Tyler Bertuzzi to get to a bouncing puck and poke it past the Panther defense. There was Nazar in full flight to pick it up into the Panther zone, and he beats Bobrovsky on the glove side. It's 1-0 in favor of the Hawks.
Stay hot, Frank Nazar. An unbelievable preseason with 4 goals. And last year, the way he finished with 9 points in his final 8 games, the one thing that he wanted to do this year, John, was finish the breakaway chances that he had last season. And he sure did that 10 minutes into this game. Yeah. And with that, John, it's time to break out the Bandito for the first time this season. Celebrate every goal with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
I hope we're breaking out a lot of Bandito this year, Charlie. Nazar from Bertuzzi at 10:03 of period number 1. Here now back at the play. Ethan Del Mastro, front of the benches, lifts the puck to the left wing corner Panther zone where Colton Dock finishes his check on Petrie. Petrie shot the puck up ice. Mackie Samaskevich into the Hawk zone along the right side boards. Lifts the puck across to the near side. Boquist is flattened with a body check from Del Mastro, but the puck ends up at the right point. Petrie fires from there. That goes wide. Ilya Mikheyev to the puck back of the Hawk net. Moves it up the right wing side. Hawk blue line to Connor Murphy. Whips it back to Del Mastro, Hawk zone. Passes up the right wing. Nick Foligno at center ice. Moves it into the Panther zone. A.J. Greer took it away for the Panthers. Slips it ahead on the left wing side. Luke Cunnin into the Hawk zone. Along the left wing boards. Put it back to the line. Forsling fires. Blocked in front. The puck is taken away. And A.J. Greer turns around in front of the net and fires. He scores. Well, the Panthers tie the score. The Hawks were not able to clear their zone. And Greer was circling the front of the net, and he turned around with a loose puck, did a half spin, and shot it past Knight. 1-1 is the score. The goal at 11:06 of period number one.
The point shot by former Blackhawks defenseman Gustav Forsling went off a couple bodies in front of the net and landed right in Greer's wheelhouse. And he gave it a whack in front of Spencer Knight, and it went right underneath the right armpit of Knight, and Florida has tied this game up at 1-1 in the first.
So 1-1 the score as we rejoin the play. Lindell behind the Panther net. Was hit as the puck comes free, but taken away by the Panthers again. And Sam Reinhart moves it over to Forsling along the left side boards. He'll clear down into the Hawk end. Puck came out to the blue line off a deflection. Ekblad fires it off the left corner. Renzel with a pass up the right side. Burakovsky to Connor Bedard over the Panther line down the right wing. From the corner he fires. He nearly took Bobrovsky's head off.
And the official's head off.
And the official.
Goodness.
I guess he doesn't care for Eric Furlan. Here's Bedard into the Panther zone. High slot where he fires. That goes high and wide. Panthers get the puck back. Sam Bennett from behind his net. Will charge up the left wing to center ice. Bennett over the Hawk blue line. Works it past Levchinov to the corner. Then is checked by Kaiser. Puck out to the line, left point. Mikkola fires. That goes wide. Verhaeghe in the right wing corner to Bennett in the high slot. Back to Mikkola, left point. Banks it off the left corner boards. It sends up behind the net. Verhaeghe's got it. Put it into the right circle. Marchand to the line. Seth Jones deep slot to Marchand. Back to Jones. Fires a shot. Look out. Screaming Eagle over the net. Marchand in the far corner. Coughed up the puck, and a penalty is going to be called here to the Hawks. Marchand did not go all the way down to the ice. He was partially tripped. And once again, a penalty is going to be called here to the Hawks. We'll have a Panther power play when we return. 7:34 left in the first down here in South Florida, 1-1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Chris Cuomo from News Nation. The Blackhawks play here on WGN Radio.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me."
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Chicago hockey fans love a good power play. And when it comes to selling your house, you want a team you can trust.
That's why Jeff Buys Your House is your winning play. No repairs, no commissions, and you pick the closing date.
That's like skating on a clean sheet of ice, fast and smooth.
We're a local, veteran-owned company that's been helping Chicagoland homeowners since 2007.
Make the smart move and go for the win. Visit JeffBuysYourHouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
You are invited to a night like no other, where elegance meets enchantment. Join the Geneva Lake Women's Association for their signature fundraising event, Music of the Night, a formal masquerade ball inspired by the Phantom of the Opera at the Grand Geneva Resort and Spa on Saturday, October 25th. Enjoy signature cocktails, a multi-course dinner, music, entertainment, dancing, silent and live auctions supporting local charities, and more. A night of elegance, entertainment, and impact. For tickets and info, visit glwa.net/gala Music of the Night. Hey Blackhawks fans, here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
Blackhawks fans, you don't want to miss the 2025 Blackhawks home opener on Saturday, October 11th. Arrive early to catch the annual red carpet arrival celebration. Plus, the first 20,000 fans in attendance will receive a scheduled magnet presented by Circa. Visit blackhawks.com/tickets to secure your seats. Do you have your suit picked out for the red carpet?
Oh, yeah. John? Oh, yeah. I've had it picked out since really early summer. That's a great time. I love going to that red carpet event, just walking down the carpet and quickly meeting with fans before heading into the building, and then it's usually a big night. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to see all you great Hawk fans down at the United Center for the home opener. Hawks and the Montreal Canadiens. Panthers on their second power play. Artem Levshunov in the box again. Panthers try to attack. Puck knocked away by Brinzel, taken away by Marchand instead, and he walks down toward the net, fires a backhander from just beside the right circle. Spencer Knight got over, made the save with a glove. Held onto it there. Good whistle-stopping play. Marchand was an absolute beast in the playoffs for Florida last year. I mean, how many big goals did he score?
You could make an argument that there were so many guys that could have won the Conn Smythe, but Marchand was certainly in that conversation with his postseason.
Certainly was. Marchand now with a puck behind the net. Drops it to Bennett, right corner. To the slot, Reinhart fires. Turned away by Knight. Loose puck in the slot. Everybody jousting at it. Dickinson came up with it. Winds it behind the Hawk net to Del Mastro. Drove it around, not out. Held in by Seth Jones, right point to Marchand, right circle. Put it over left circle for Ekblad, but that pass eludes him. Now Jones took it back at the line to Marchand on the right boards, back to Jones. To Ekblad, left circle. Fires a shot, blocked by Murphy with the skate. He'll grab the loose puck and clear it all the way down. 35 seconds left on the Panther power play.
Good clear by Connor Murphy after his blocked attempt. They needed a change because Florida had about a minute and a half of sustained offensive zone time outside of the one clear they had early on.
Anton Lundell put the puck into the Hawk zone. Knight poke checks it away as it bleeds toward the net. And then is taken back beside the net by Verhaeghe. He shoots and scores. 18 seconds remained on the penalty to Levshunov. It's a power play goal for Carter Verhaeghe. And the Panthers now lead 2-1. Boy, when you get a chance to clear the puck against the Panthers, you've got to be money. I mean,
Spencer Knight goes to poke check this puck, and it goes right on the stick of a Florida Panther, and then Carter Verhaeghe's just sitting right there, and Spencer overslides his post and gets, I think he tried hugging the left post, and he accidentally slipped, and it allowed the far side to open up for Verhaeghe to shoot from, and it is 2-1 Panthers here in their home building.
So it's Verhaeghe's first goal of the season, first on the power play, and pick up the assists when they're available. 2-1 in favor of the Panthers. Jones from center ice dumps the puck down into the Hawk zone, but we're going to get an icing call here against the Panthers. Jones didn't clear the center ice red stripe before dumping the puck down. Face-off comes down inside the Panther zone. And this will be in the circle to Bobrovsky's. Let's see which way the guys are going to decide. Who is Bobrovsky's left? So it's going to be Luke Cunnin facing off against Connor Bedard. I'm not sure if Florida head coach Paul Maurice wanted this matchup, but maybe so. Cunnin plays a kind of a physical game. So we'll see if this holds up. Here's Cunnin now to center ice to the Hawk blue line. Spins it off the right side, boards behind the net. Take it in the near corner by Sam Renzel. He'll guide the puck up the right wing side and down, and icing's going to be called against the Hawks. That pass was intended for Andre Burakovsky, and it just hopped over his stick and went all the way down. So now face-off circle to Spencer Knight's right.
Hawks have been stuck on 3 shots on goal for quite a while. It's had to be at least more than 5 minutes since they got a shot on goal on Bobrovsky. That was one of our keys to try to test Bobrovsky early, but it's Florida doing so with Spencer Knight. They got 13 shots in his first 15 minutes for the Panthers.
Here's Sam Reinhart along the left boards Hawk zone. Lost the puck to a poke check. Lundell took it back. Sharp angle shot from the bottom of the left circle. Hits Renzel. And now Grzelcyk pokes it up the left wing side to Donato, standing near the Hawk blue line. He guides it to center ice for Burakovsky. He turned the puck over. Lindell into the Hawk zone, left point, put it down to the corner. Burakovsky there, shot it across the rink. Hawks look a little disorganized right now. Renzel in the near corner, banks a pass up the right wing. It hit Bedard. Panthers get it back. Lundell in the left circle, had it stripped away by Bedard, but right to Forsling. He fires from the left point, and a butterfly save made by Spencer Knight. 4:43 left in period number 1. 2-1 in favor of the Panthers. We'll step out and take a quick break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Imagine being 3 months pregnant and finding out you have cancer. I'm Robin, and that was my reality. But I trusted my team at Northwestern Medicine. My oncologist, orthopedic surgeon, and high-risk obstetrician, who collaborated to come up with the safest chemotherapy plan. So I didn't have to choose between my life and my baby's.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, nationally ranked for obstetrics and gynecology, cancer, and orthopedics by U.S. News and World Report, Robin's team worked together closely, focusing not only on making Robin better, but on bringing her baby into the world safely. After months of treatments, they performed a C-section, then cancer removal on the same day.
Now there are 2 things we celebrate on Sophia's birthday: her life and mine.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Hey Hawks fans, this is Jason Dickinson. Let's get back to John and Troy on 720 WGN.
Charlie Romeliotis and John Weideman here at Amarant Bank Arena. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Flight by Yingling. Crisp, refreshing, only 95 calories. Flight, the next generation of beer. The Yingling, they're also going to our post-game sponsor this year, John.
Yeah.
So thanks to Yingling for partnering up with us.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Yingling. I'm not inclined to imbibe, but if I did, that would be my choice. Here's Sam Bennett from the right circle. Hawk zone firing a shot. Turned out of there by Knight. A follow-up shot from the slot by Luosterainen was kicked wide. Marchand in the left wing corner. Guides it out to the left point. Intended for Mikkola. But then a nice play there by Nazar to take the puck away from everybody. Carried to the Panther blue line. Lost it off a poke check. Marchand breaking away into the Hawk zone. Down the slot. Put it beside the net. And it's pushed into the glove of Spencer Knight by Sam Bennett. He'll hold on to it there. Boy, shades of the playoffs when Marchand had several breakaway goals in the Cup final against Edmonton. He had a short-hander that way and then a regular strength goal, both in the same game. It was like deja vu all over again there, Char.
Really good effort by Wyatt Kaiser to hustle back, and he essentially dove to prevent Marchand from passing it over cleanly to Sam Bennett, and another big save by Spencer Knight, who has been tested in this first period.
Sure has. 14 shots to 3 in favor of the Panthers from the draw. Petrie pounds one from the right point. This deflects up into the protective netting and out of play. Whistle stopping play. Dickinson saying something to the linesman before assembling for this next faceoff. Dickinson leads the Hawks in draws. A 5-1, 3 lost. So not too bad. This next draw won by the Panthers. And Petrie at the line. Dumps it off the left corner boards. Hawk zone. Del Mastro digs it out. To Ilya Mikheyev between the circles. To Connor Murphy at center ice on the left wing in front of the benches. Dumps the puck off the inboards in behind the Panther net. Rodriguez there to knock it free to the near corner to Samoskevich. Mackie Samoskevich, a former Chicago Steel member. Also played at University of Michigan. Lifts the puck to the Hawk blue line. Colton Dock will grab it there and put it off the right boards deep into the Panther zone. And Jeff Petrie swats it away up the right wing side. Puck nearly turned over, but Greer of the Panthers will grab the puck and fire it back into the Hawk end. Slides around to the near side. Greer to it. Put it into the high slot area. nearly stripped away by McCabe, and now Foligno does, and then Greer goes to hit Foligno, who sidesteps him, and Greer runs into his teammate. And you got Foligno and Greer ready to drop the mitts. They do over the center ice circle. Foligno swings the right, takes the right. He's got Greer held out with his left hand at the V of his jersey. Greer swings a right hand. Foligno, an uppercut, then an overhand right and another right and another right. Now Greer throws a couple of rights into the side of the helmet of Foligno. Foligno hits him with a couple of right hands, and then repositions, re-grabs the jersey there, and then swings with an uppercut, then an overhand right again. Takes the right from Greer. Then another uppercut by Foligno. Then another shot over the top with another right. And the linesman will jump in and separate. So Hawk captain Nick Foligno showing some leadership there, trying to get the bench fired up, and he did. He'll head to the dressing room now and serve his 5 minutes, or start to serve his 5 minutes for the remainder of the period.
Chicago, penalty number 17. 5 minutes each for fighting.
That was Kelly Sutherland, by the way. That wasn't Wes McCauley. Wes was the author of the 5 minutes for fighting. That call.
One of many reasons why Nick Foligno wears the C on his sweater. He recognized the ice has tilted in Florida's favor in this back half of the first period after Chicago opened the scoring thanks to a goal by Frank Nazar. There wasn't really much there. There's just a little collision in the neutral zone, and Foligno started going, kind of looking at AJ Greer like, do you want to go? Because Foligno wants to spark his guys and try to get the momentum back in their side.
Yeah, Greer went to hit Foligno, and Nick kind of sidestepped him there in that sequence, and then Greer ends up hitting his own teammate, Ekblad. And I think that's when Nick said, hey, what are you trying to do? Let's drop him and go, buddy. Inside the Panther zone now. Bedard along the right boards. Snaps the puck behind the Panther net to the left wing corner. Donato there, put it in front, and it's shot just wide by Andre Burakovsky. Lusterinen in the near corner. Leaving the puck for Ekblad, who put it behind the Panther net. Forsling will steer it ahead to center ice. Lusterinen there to get it. Dumps it off the right corner boards, Hawk in. And then collides with Renzel in behind the net. Puck comes free, dragged away by Andre Burakovsky. New Hawk that came over during the summer from Seattle. Shot the puck across the rink. Renzel will grab it and then back skate back into the Hawk zone between the circles and set up from there. Renzel to fellow Minnesotan Wyatt Kaiser. Left wing to center ice. He dumps the puck down the boards deep into the Panther zone. Puck circles the net, and Teravainen will now guide it back to center ice to Wyatt Kaiser. He steps into the Panther zone left point. Flips it down behind the net. It's fed up the slot by Marchand, but right to Kaiser to Levshunov deep slot. Levshunov near the left point turns it over to Verhaeghe. He'll flip to center ice in front of the benches to Marchand. Over the Hawk line. Runs into Levshunov and is knocked off the puck with a nice hit there by Artyom Levshunov. And now the puck stripped away. Taken back by the Hawks' Nazar. He'll chip it off the boards down into the Panther zone. The Hawks will go for a line change. 1:33 left in period number 1 here in Florida. The Panthers lead it 2-1. Glad to have you along here this evening. Hawks' first game of their centennial season. Looking to start it with a win. Dmitry Kulikov intercepts a Hawk pass at center ice in front of the penalty boxes. Dumps it down behind the Hawk net off the boards. Here's Ilya Mikheyev to the puck, flipping it back behind the net again to Murphy. Murphy with a pass up the right side to Doc. He'll chop it to center ice, and now it's batted back into the Hawk zone on an offside call, delayed offside. Hawks clear their end. Colton Doc into the Panthers zone right point. Put the puck to the right wing corner. Ekblad over skates. Puck taken away by Bertuzzi, and then he lost the puck to Gustav Forsling of the Panthers. Head A to Lusterinen. He shot the puck to the Hawk blue line. Taken back by Matt Grzelcyk. Head up the left wing to Teuvo Teravainen. Teravainen at center ice. Sent it to the Panther line. Taken back by Sam Reinhart. Ahead into the Hawk zone. Here's a shot by Lundell. It hit the post. Loose puck to the near side. Reinhart fed the slot. Lusterinen pumps it on goal. Turned out of there by Knight. Puck rolls over the blue line to center ice and shot back into the Hawk zone by Eetu Lusterinen. Taken back by the Hawks. Renzel sent it to center ice. Forsling took it back into the Hawk zone. From the high slot fires a shot that goes wide. Puck management issues here for the Hawks in the latter part of the period. And now the puck taken at center ice again by Niko Mikula, who'll spin it down behind the Hawk net. 3 seconds left in the period, and it will come to an end with the Hawks trying to get control of things and settle things down. So 20 minutes are in the books, and Charlie, I have to be honest with you, I think the Hawks are kind of lucky that the score is only 2-1 in favor of the Florida Panthers. They outshot the Hawks 17-1 in that period.
I think that's exactly
17-3.
17-3. I think that's exactly what the message is going to be for Jeff Blashill going into that first intermission. Is I know that didn't go the way that we wanted in that first period, but it's still only a 1-goal game that could have been much worse. And thank goodness for Spencer Knight. He has been sharp early on in this game, was tested in the first several minutes of this game. And if it wasn't for him, this score would look a lot different.
Well, Jack Heinrich is hanging around at Blackhawk Central. He's going to have a full intermission report for you good folks. And then we're going to return here to South Florida after they've raised the banner commemorating their 2024-25 Stanley Cup Championship team. Second year in a row for the Panthers. We all know they're going for 3 in a row. The Hawks are looking to kind of disrupt those plans a little bit at the start and see where it all ends up. But long way to go, buddy. 82 games left in this season, including 2 more periods of this one. You having any fun?
I'm having. I mean, what a great start though by Frank Nazar. How many breakaway opportunities did Nazar have last season where he couldn't cash in? And it was actually one of the things he joked about. I think it was after he signed the contract extension. It's like, what's one thing you're working on this summer to improve it? He's like, finishing my breakaways. And what an opportunity that he had to kick this thing off. And he scores the first goal of the entire NHL season. Yeah. So great to see that he carried over his strong preseason and the finish last year into this first game.
I was going to say, he scored the last goal of last season up in Ottawa in overtime with Connor Bedard assisting. So kind of apropos that he got it started. All right, 2-1 Florida after 1 down here in South FLA. And we'll send it off for a break. And then, as we told you, Jack Heinrich will have a full intermission report. Then Charlie and I will take it for second period action. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, you put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor, because you know the bigger the fight, the better the reward. Modelo, the mark of the fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Can't find the right words? Rogers & Hollins has you covered. Since 1910, Rogers & Hollins has been Chicagoland's trusted name for fine jewelry and quality watches. From engagement rings to the perfect gift or something to elevate your look, generations have relied on Rogers & Hollins for unmatched quality and personal service. Experience the Rogers & Hollins difference. Visit fornowandforever.com or a store near you. Rogers & Hollins, for now and forever.
Rogers & Hollins, for now and forever.
Hey, it's Steve Bertrand for Window Nation. You know, October is here, and if you've got old, stuck windows or cracked windows, that means you're dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Get rid of those annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation. You know, the holidays are coming up. That's a big deal. I like to look out my Window Nation window and see what my neighbors are giving each other. It's a hoot. You can too. So don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started. That's windownation.com.
Buy more, save more at Dania Furniture. For limited time, save $200 instantly for every $800 you spend in store. It's the perfect way to complete your look for less. Or splurge on your dream piece, from living room to bedroom. Stop by your local showroom today or shop online at daniafurniture.com.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
The first period's in the books.
That's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Here's Jack Heinrich with your intermission update.
Back here for your intermission update, Jack Heinrich filling in for Charlie Romeliotis. 2-1, the Florida Panthers lead the Chicago Blackhawks at the end of the first 20 down in Florida, and it looked like it was going to be the Hawks could maybe take some momentum early in that one, but Frank Nazar got that first goal, and then pretty quickly after AJ Greer answered, then Carter Verhaeghe, and the shots on goal discrepancy is big once again for the Blackhawks. 17 for Florida, only 3 for the Blackhawks in that first period. And as Charlie and John were saying, they are pretty lucky that this is only a 2-1 hockey game right now. We'll get more into that with Charlie coming up after this quick break and a look around the NHL and a look around sports. But right now it is time for the current odds according to Circus Sports Illinois.
Right now, the Blackhawks are plus 440 on the money line. The Panthers are a heavy favorite at minus 600. The over-under is at 7.5, and that's plus 115. Circus Sports Illinois, download your new bookie today at circusports.com. So that's where the Hawks stand on Circus Sports. And we look around the NHL. This is the only game in the NHL going on right now, part of a triple header for the season opener. This is the very first game of the NHL season. Following this game will be the Pittsburgh Penguins opening up the season on the road in New York as they face the Rangers. Sidney Crosby, Chris Letang, and Evgeny Malkin. This is their 20th season together. That's the first time that's happened for a trio in North American sports, pro sports. So pretty cool milestone there for the Penguins, and it'll be interesting to follow the future of those guys as Pittsburgh has missed the playoffs last year and not looking in good shape to make it this year. So we'll see how that goes in New York. And then the nightcap, it's the Colorado Avalanche on the road at the Los Angeles Kings. So those are the only 3 games in the NHL going on so far this season as the season just getting underway. Other NHL news, probably saw this one. Connor McDavid signed a 2-year extension with the Edmonton Oilers yesterday. So he has a cap hit of $12.5 million, and that keeps him through the next 3 seasons. It's an extension that starts at the end of this season. So McDavid's staying in Edmonton for at least 3 more seasons with that 2-year extension that he signed. Elsewhere in sports, the Chicago Bulls kick off their preseason action tonight. They're in Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers. Tip-off at 6 o'clock Central Time. Over in baseball, ALDS takes stage today. Seattle and Detroit are in a rain delay. That series is tied at 1 up in Detroit, looking like they're going to start a little later at Comerica Park. And the Blue Jays are in New York to face the Yankees. They're looking to sweep the Yankees. First pitch in the Bronx is at 7:08. Some Bears news, they are back after their bye week. Kyler Gordon told reporters today that he'll be making his season debut Monday night at Washington. He's missed all games previous to this, but after the bye week, Kyler Gordon says he's ready to go. Bears also activated the practice window for a couple guys on IR. Defensive lineman Austin Booker and running back Travis Homer. So those guys are going to start practicing, and we'll see what their statuses are for Monday night as the week progresses. And then an interdivision trade in the NFL. Cleveland Browns have traded quarterback Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals need quarterback help with Joe Burrow out and Jake Browning struggling. Cleveland sends Flacco and a 6th to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati sends a 5th over to Cleveland. The only 2 quarterbacks remaining on Cleveland's roster are 2 rookies, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. So that's what Cleveland is dealing with going forward. Down in Florida, it's 2-1 Panthers. We'll bring in Charlie Romeliotis to recap the first period. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago's very own WGN. When and where you want us.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. You know, I played in an era that was tough, gritty, old school. But I got major respect for the next generation of hockey. The speed, the skill, the precision. That's what I see in Flight by Yingling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, clean, crisp, real beer flavor without the heaviness. This is the light beer that keeps up with the modern game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. GT Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
In St. Pete Clearwater, you can chill by the crystal clear Gulf.
And stroll downtown St. Pete's galleries and murals.
And hang with the locals at a fishing pier.
And escape to secluded white sand beaches.
Secluded, huh?
Yeah, and they're spectacular.
And then grab a sandwich at the grouper capital of the world.
And maybe a nightcap at a rooftop bar with sunset views.
Okay. In St. Pete Clearwater, you'll find just what you're looking for.
And then some.
Your Florida escape begins at visitspc.com.
Enjoy 7 days of savings online and in store during Blaine's Farm and Fleet Days going on now. Shop your favorite brands and seasonal supplies at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like Blaine's Feline Fusion Cat Food, rewards priced $13.99. Save 15% on Kidda fire detection products. 10% off GE indoor light bulbs. Rewards members save 15%. Plus, order online and pick your items up in just 1 hour in our convenient drive-thru. Find the value you need online and in store during Blaine's Farm and Fleet Days going on now.
Permaseal, the leader in basement waterproofing, also offers foundation repair, concrete restoration, and attic insulation. Call 800-421-SEAL or visit permaseal.net.
There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Hyundai's award-winning lineup of cars, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs put your safety first. With available Class Executive features like digital key and remote and smart parking assist, plus America's best warranty. See your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer or visit HyundaiUSA.com today. Intermission after the first period between the Blackhawks and Panthers. Hawks trailing the Panthers 2-1. Frank Nazar continues to stay hot. He scores the first goal of the NHL season and the first goal for the Blackhawks. But the Panthers answered with two pretty quick goals after that. Hawks having some trouble in the penalty box. Artem Lefshov's already been there twice. As we go out to Florida and bring in Charlie Romeliotis. And Charlie, it seemed like that Nazar goal could have maybe been a spark for this team in that first period, but the Panthers doing what Stanley Cup champions do and responding quick and then taking control of the game.
Yeah, I thought that was an awesome start for Chicago to score the first goal of this game and to maybe just tilt the momentum on their favor because, Chicago they've seen 3 banner-raising ceremonies here during that dynasty era, and sometimes it's not the best games for the home team because you're reminiscing on the old times and what you did last season, and then you're trying to refocus and play a game, and meanwhile the opponent is just kind of sitting there waiting and they're hungry to want to pounce on the team. And so I thought Chicago scoring the first goal might have caught Florida napping a little bit, but the quick strike from the Panthers to just get it back and reshift the momentum back on their side, and obviously the penalties didn't help, but I thought it was an awesome start for Frank Nazar. You mentioned it. I mean, my goodness, is he on fire. 4 goals in the preseason. The way he finished last season with 9 points in his final 8 games, the Worlds, he led Team USA in points. So I think if there's one encouraging part, it's 2 things. It's Nazar staying hot, and it's Spencer Knight, who I thought was terrific in the first.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Spencer Knight. I mean, 17 shots in that first period. He did let 2 in, but he made some pretty big saves early before they got a couple past them, and he's really keeping them in the game.
Yeah, there were quite a few of those that were high-quality opportunities, and so if it wasn't for Spencer standing on his head, especially in those final 12-ish minutes of the first period, this score could look a lot worse. And I think we kind of expected that it was maybe going to look this way. You have the 2-time Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers going up against a rebuilding Blackhawks team that is the 3rd youngest roster in the NHL this season from the opening night. And so I think, especially on the back end, you see the amount of youth that they have with Rinzel and Levshunov, who obviously had a tough first period. No surprise that the Hawks looked a little jittery, looked a little nervous in that first period, but hopefully that first period intermission came at a good time and it just resettles them for the final 40 minutes here.
That fight Nick Foligno had, you think that was just to spark the guys a little bit or try to get them going after the things started to turn sideways for him?
Oh, yeah. I think Nick knew exactly what he was doing. AJ Greer tried lining him up in the neutral zone, and Greer accidentally hit his own teammate, Aaron Ekblad. I know Foligno turned around and be like, were you trying to hit me? Let's go. And I think when you recognize as a veteran that the ice is starting to tilt in the opponent's favor, and it really started to tilt in Florida's favor in this one, Foligno is just trying to look for a way to energize his team and to provide a spark. And so credit to him for recognizing that opportunity because he was the one that initiated it. He was the one barking at Greer saying, let's go. They were staring at each other for a few seconds. And then Greer obviously was a willing participant in his request. And so credit to Foligno for trying to get the momentum back in Chicago's favor.
Yeah, what are you looking for in the second? Maybe just getting some more pucks to the net or something like that?
Yeah, I honestly don't think, I was looking at this right before this, I don't think the Hawks recorded a single shot attempt since the Frank Nazar goal in that final 10 minutes of the first period. So that's something that you definitely want to start peppering more pucks to the net, but also it's hard to do that when you're spending a lot of time in your own end. So I think just breaking out cleanly in their own zone, creating an attack into the offensive zone and trying to play on your toes, not the heels.
All right, sounds good. All right, Charlie, we'll talk to you after the second, all right?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Jack.
All right, that's Charlie Romeliotis. We'll get you set up for the second period between Blackhawks and Panthers. Panthers in front of the Blackhawks 2-1. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Across Chicago, too many hockey fans struggle to afford the basic necessities. That's why the Salvation Army is assisting those in need all season long. Salvation Army locations across the region are reporting unprecedented demand in communities they've served for decades. Economic hardship and limited access to public assistance have driven more people to their doors in search of emergency support. At the Salvation Army, it's their goal to make sure our neighbors are cared for every day. Go to salarmychicago.org and make a difference tonight.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
The Lake Geneva region is the Midwest's premier golf destination, where you'll find an array of award-winning courses with breathtaking views, stunning landscapes, crystal clear lakes, and rolling fairways. Enjoy challenging courses for all abilities and skill levels, from beginners to scratch players. Lake Geneva is the destination to play and stay. Treat yourself to an all-inclusive golf getaway with luxurious lodging, distinctive dining, and a relaxing spa. Plan a group golf outing, a corporate event, or a weekend getaway with friends and family. Lake Geneva has the pros to help you plan a memorable golf experience. And there's no such thing as a rainout, with indoor golf simulators featuring courses from around the globe. So grab your clubs and go. Check out visitlakegeneva.com today for course information and more. That's visitlakegeneva.com. Lake Geneva, it's always been the place for legendary golf.
For the lowest gas prices in Chicagoland, visit WGNradio.com/gas prices. Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Up next, the second period. Here's Jack Heinrich with your recap.
2-1, the Panthers leading the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks scored the first goal of the entire NHL season, and it came off the stick of Frank Nazar.
Held in by the Panthers, Carter Verhaeghe. He sticks it behind the net. And Knight will clear it around the boards of center ice. Poked through by Bertuzzi to Nazar, and a breakaway down the slot. Shoots, he scores! And the Blackhawks take a 1-0 lead on the Panthers. A heads-up play by Tyler Bertuzzi to get to a bouncing puck and poke it past the Panther defense. There was Nazar in full flight to pick it up into the Panther zone, and he beats Bobrovsky on the glove side. It's 1-0 in favor of the Hawks.
And that's how they got on the board. And now it's time for What's on Deck, sponsored by Timber Tech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Hopefully more of that. Clear the zone and maybe get some breakaway chances for the Hawks as we send it back down to Florida with John Weideman and Charlie Armeliotis for period number 2.
All right, thank you, Jack. Yeah, we had a nice moment here just a second ago.
Visitor?
Gary Bettman, commissioner of the National Hockey League, walked in to shake our hands and give us a pat on the back and say, keep up the great work. How about that, Charlie?
Look at that. I saw he had a big scrum back there.
Yeah.
So he was doing his pre-opening night media availability. So good to see Gary Bettman in the house, and appreciate him coming in. I think he was coming to say hi to you. He certainly was not coming to say hi to me.
Okay. Don't sell yourself short. You're a tremendous slouch, Charlie. Come on. No, he came in and, as you said, he held court back behind the area back behind us here. But I've known Gary for, I'm not trying to name drop, but I mean, I've known Gary since, gee whiz, back in the 90s.
Spent a lot of, 3 years handing the cup over to Chicago. So
yes, yeah.
Familiar with your work.
I tell you what, he's done a lot for the National Hockey League. Some people are not big fans, but I personally think he's done a great job for the league and for the sport of hockey. Underway here in the second period. Hawks trail 2-1. Colton Dock in front of the benches tried to knock the puck into the Panther zone. Taken back by the Panthers instead. Samoskevich in front of the penalty boxes. Winds it down behind the Hawk net. Evan Rodriguez now has the puck there. He pokes it out to the left point. And Nico Mikkola there to Seth Jones' right point. Fires a shot. And a nice play by Del Mastro to turn his skate sideways and block that shot. Now Ilya Mikheyev, far corner Hawk in. Works it free behind the net. It was intended for Del Mastro, but the puck toppled over his stick. Colton Dock can't clear. And then loose the rain and loose the puck to center ice. McKayev's got a breakaway over the Panther line. Down the slot where he shoots. Oh, and a save made by Bobrovsky in the butterfly position. The other way come the Panthers. Sam Reinhart into the Hawk zone down the right wing. Wedges the puck behind the net to Essa Lindell. He'll move it around up the right wing side, but it's taken away by Bertuzzi to Nazar over the Panther line to Teuvo Teravainen, and he shoots, he scores! And the Hawks have tied the game at 2. A sweet play made by Frank Nazar, dishing off to a wide-open Teuvo Teravainen, and he whips it past Bobrovsky. It's turbo time. We're tied at 2.
What a pass by Frank Nazar, who was selling the shot all the way coming up from the right-hand side of the ice. A no-look pass puts it right on the tape of Teuvo Teravainen, who slides it underneath the pad of Sergei Bobrovsky, and this game is tied up at 2-2. And with that, it's time to break out the Bandito for the second time tonight. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
The goal at 1:09 of period number 2. Teravainen from Nazar. And it's a brand new sheet of ice. And now we got a penalty to tell you about here. Holding the stick. And it's going to be against Brad Marchand.
Florida 63, Monroe County, holding the stick.
Shocker that he would hold an opponent's stick, Charlie. I could never believe that Brad Marchand would ever do anything like that.
Did you know that he also licks faces? That's what he did years ago in the playoffs. It was a thing where they had to tell him to stop licking. Very weird. I don't think I ever thought I'd see that before.
I think it was Ryan Callahan who he did that to.
It was, yes.
Callahan probably was worried about getting cooties. Oh, well. Hawks on their first Sitco power play of the season. We'll get to the dialogue in the drop here momentarily, as the Hawks are going to get the puck back in behind their net now. Renzel's got it. It is a Sitco power play. And now here are the Hawks on the attack. Teuvo Teravainen over the center ice circle. Put the puck in over the Panther line. Down the right wing to Nazar. He kicks it down to the end boards. Taken by Bedard. Had a stick lifted. Puck taken away. Ekblad will fire it all the way down.
The Sitco power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Sitco. Download the app now to start saving. I got you, John. I got your back.
Appreciate that, Char. Attaboy. Hawks on the attack again. There's Nazar into the Panther zone. The whistle goes for offside, however. Face-off will be right in front of the Hawks bench, just outside the Panther blue line. Hawks still have 1 minute and 13 seconds of power play time with which to work. And now the penalty box is empty as Nick Foligno, Hawk captain, and A.J. Greer, Panther forward, will head back out onto the ice surface. Greer heads to the Panther bench. Foligno's going to stay out there and take the face-off just outside the Panther blue line.
I was going to say opportune time for Foligno to come out of the box because he's their net front guy on the second power play unit.
How great would it be, Charlie, if Captain Nick Foligno could score a power play goal and then pick up an assist and get a Gordie Howe hat trick to start the 100th anniversary season off with a bang, huh? How about it?
Yes, I'd rather he gets it and not Nazar, who's 2/3 of the way there with a goal and an assist already. But we don't want him dropping the gloves because that's 5 minutes on the ice that he wouldn't be out there.
He might be able to handle himself. You never know.
He would.
Hawks remain on the power play. Donato, top of the left wing circle, Panther zone. To Levshunov, deep slot. Back to Donato beside the left circle. Back to Levshunov. Hard wrist shot. Blocked in front. Puck skewered away. Oh, and this hits Reinhart in the face, and he goes down on all fours in the Panther zone. Seth Jones was trying to clear the puck with a backhanded swipe, and he put the puck into the air and into the face of Sam Reinhart. Now he's going to head to the Florida dressing room for some repairs. Boy, that happened so fast in the game. And it's a towel over the mouth, so unfortunately for him, it might affect his teeth a little bit, but fortunately didn't catch him in the eye.
Ouch.
Oh, man.
It was a backhand by Seth Jones, who was trying to clear the puck, and it got him right in the mouth.
Hawks control off the draw. Renzel with a puck high slot. Over to Teravainen near the right point. Back to Renzel. To the left circle. To Bedard. To Renzel at the line deep slot. Now to Bedard through the high slot. To Teravainen right circle. Sent it over for Renzel at the left point, but it was over his stick and the puck banks to center ice. 10 seconds left on the Hawk power play. They're in their last rush. Renzel quick pass to Nazar over the Panther line on the right wing. Couldn't get to the pass. Taken away by Forsling. He'll clear it all the way down. The Panthers come to full strength. Renzel with the puck back of the Hawk net. Passing up the right side. Colton Dock, center ice, front of the benches. Hands it for Mikheyev, who tried to Sweep it ahead. It's taken back instead by the Panthers. And Del Mastro, a nice big body check on Sam Bennett in the near corner. And the puck comes out to the line. And Colton Dock swats it down. It's going to be icing here against the Hawks. The play, as you might imagine, can be a little sloppy at times because it's early in the season, and these teams haven't had an opportunity really to practice that much. Now, the Panthers, to me, they're the exception to that rule because they played together all through last year's playoffs, and for them, it's more about just tuning up their bodies because they know their systems and schemes, and they know what the coach expects. But for the Blackhawks team, a lot of new faces, and they haven't had the familiarity that they will need to build up over time. That's going to happen. It's going to take about probably 30 games of the season, I'd say, Char.
Yeah, and Jeff Blashill, he intentionally did not want to work on any special teams until later on in training camp because he wanted to get the neutral zone system down. And so it might take a while for the special teams, both power play and penalty kill, to start clicking as a unit.
Colton Dock dumping the puck from center ice down behind the Panther net. Bobrovsky, the goalkeeper, out to swat it around up the far boards down into the Hawk end. Wyatt Kaiser picks up the puck and races ahead to center ice from Andover, Minnesota. Backhands the puck down the boards behind the net. It's spun away by Mikkola, but not out. Kept in at the right point by the Hawks. Artyom Levshunov put it down behind the net, left wing corner. And Sam Lafferty sticks it out to the point. Kaiser there will spin the puck over to the right point. Levshunov drops it down behind the net. Bobrovsky went down and he lost his goal stick in the crease, got back on his feet. And one of the Panthers has now been hit with a shot in front of the net. He's in pain right now. I believe this is Evan Rodriguez. And I'll tell you, the Panthers can ill afford to lose any more of their key players. We mentioned Barkov and Tkachuk. Evan Rodriguez does a lot for this hockey team, including block shots the way he just did. He's in a ton of pain right now. He's being attended to by the Panthers' athletic trainer and now being escorted to the Panther bench by a couple of teammates. He's going to thin the bench over there on the Panthers side. A lot of room over there.
Well, they're already down Barkov. They don't have Tkachuk. Reinhart is probably their third most important player on the roster after Barkov and Tkachuk. He's in the locker room getting repairs. And now Evan Rodriguez, who's playing higher in the lineup than he normally does because of the injuries to Barkov and Tkachuk. He is really struggling getting down to the tunnel. So I am not sure we're going to see him tonight.
Oh, boy. Well, I mean, you pay the price, you play this game. It might just be something where, well, let's just hope for the best anyway. Meanwhile, back to the game. Aaron Ekblad near corner Panther zone. Hit by Ryan Donato. Puck slides behind the net, and Bennett will carry to center ice. Bennett got it to Forsling over the Hawk line to Marchand. Put it in front of the net, and backhand shot by Verhaeghe, and a glove save is made by Spencer Knight. Spencer got down. He followed his former teammate all the way across the crease, and he put the glove in the perfect spot to take away a goal from Carter Verhaeghe.
Oh, that's a crucial save by Spencer Knight to keep the momentum on Chicago's side after they have knotted this up at 2-2. Feels like they've been the better team in the first 5 minutes of the second period. That would have been a little bit of a backbreaker if that found the back of the net. That's a grade A scoring chance for Florida, and Knight denies Verhaeghe.
Del Mastro behind the Hawk net off the draw. Drives it around the left wing side. Teravainen center ice. Bertuzzi takes a hit over the Panther line, but kept the puck in the Panther zone, but then turned it over. And now the Panthers are back through center ice, led by Bennett to Marchand. Left point Hawk zone. He did a little spin, lost the puck. Teravainen pokes it away. Up the right wing to Bertuzzi at center ice, but Bennett doubling back, took the puck back for the Panthers. Drops it back to Forsling, Panther zone. He moves it to center ice, Marchand up the left wing. Then to Bennett, then into the Hawk zone. And a shot from the left wing circle from Verhaeghe turned out of there by Spencer Knight. Bertuzzi spins it across. Del Mastro, Hawk blue line. He'll step ahead to center ice on the left wing. Didn't clear the center ice red stripe, but dumped the puck down into the Panther zone. Not far enough for icing. Lindell will carry it out to center ice. Turned the puck over to Nick Foligno. He shot it to the Panther line. Kulikov took it back. Passing ahead to Mackie Semaskevich. Sticks it down behind the Hawk net. Spencer Knight whacks it around. A lot of loose pucks out there. Finally, the Hawks settle it down. Ryan Green will flip it over to Nick Foligno. He'll drive the puck down into the Panther zone. In the right wing corner, they contest for the puck. And now Petrie turns it over to Foligno. Petrie pokes it up the left wing boards now to Louis Starinen, and he put the puck behind the net, dug out by Lafferty. Sends it right point. Levshinoff to the left point to Kaiser. Long shot from there, missed the net. Levshinoff again to Kaiser again, left point. Delays. He'll stick it down the boards behind the net. Sam Lafferty there. Put it back to the left point to Kaiser. Walks the blue line through the deep slot and fires. And this is into the breadbasket of Bobrovsky. He'll let the puck drop into his glove and hold it. And a whistle will stop play. 13:20 left in period number 2 here in South FLA. 2-2 the score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Cooler temps means fall is here, and it's time to get ready for the Blackhawks and the Bulls, live on Chicago Sports Network. Visit subscribe.chsn.com to sign up for your free 7-day trial of their all-access plan, which gives you over 300 live games per year. Catch every basket and every goal from your mobile device, television, or wherever you want to watch. CHSN is your home for the Blackhawks and the Bulls all season long. Chicago Sports Network, your home stream advantage.
Give people a place to gather and make fire the focal point of your home again. With a majestic fireplace or insert, you'll enjoy the warmth and ambiance of fire with contemporary style and the latest technology. Whether you're looking for wood, electric, or gas, indoors or out, Majestic offers a broad range of sizes and styles. Visit their showroom on Bowes Road in Elgin or call for a free estimate. 847-741-5903. 847-741-5903. House of Fireplaces, giving you a warm feeling since 1953.
The Chicago Symphony Orchestra returns to Wheaton College on October 10th. Don't miss the first concert of the season in Edmund Memorial Chapel featuring Dvorak's Czech folk dance-inspired violin concerto, a perfect vehicle for violinist Augustin Hadalik. Completing the program, esteemed conductor Philippe Jodin leads the CSO in the rustic warmth of Brahms' Second Symphony. For tickets, visit cso.org/Wheaton.
John Williams, every weekday morning 10 to 2. Miss a little, miss a lot on 720. Now back to the game.
Back here at Amerant Bank Arena, John Weideman, Charlie Roumeliotis. Hey, Blackhawks fans, want to suit up like the pros? Now you can. The brand new Centennial jersey is here. Whether you're at the arena, watching with friends, or repping the Hawks around town, this is the jersey to celebrate our 100-year legacy in style. Don't wait. You can grab yours today in stores or online at cbhshop.com.
I would act on what Charlie was saying, folks, because you got a number of kids in this lineup tonight that are going to be, in my opinion, they're going to be great NHL players. Connor Bedard, obviously, but Frank Nazar, who scored the Hawks' first goal of this game and of the season. Here's one you could get. Here now, Ekblad pounding a shot from the slot, turned out of there by Knight. Donato breaks the center ice with the puck. Spits it off the right wing boards at the Panther blue line. Was taken back by the Panthers. And A2 Ristolainen will flip it off the boards off the left wing side down behind the Hawk net. Ryslik pats the puck over behind the net over to Rinzel. He put it up the right wing side to center ice. Then it's poked back into the Hawk zone right to Rinzel. Panthers in a line change. Hawks get the puck back. Ryslik with a lead pass intended for Bedard near the Panther line, misses. Forsling got it back to Bennett over the Hawk line down the left wing. Tried a tough angle shot that hit Knight in the shoulder. Donato was able to guide the puck to center ice past his former teammate in Chicago, Seth Jones, and down to the left wing corner where they both collide. Puck comes free and the Panthers get it. Donato's going to head to the Hawk bench. There are the Panthers on the attack. Bennett into the Hawk zone. Long shot from near the left point is into the breadbasket of Spencer Knight. He'll let the puck drop into his glove. Whistle will stop play. 12-11 left in period number 2 of a 2-2 game. Looking at the Blackhawks bench, trying to find Ryan Donato over there. And
yeah, I think he's still there. He just lost his stick.
Yeah, he was in some pain, though, as he headed to the bench. He's a second, looks like he's the second guy from the end of the bench. Leaning on something, maybe his hand or something, I'm not sure. Hopefully he's okay. Meanwhile, back in the Hawk zone, here's Jones from the right wing side trying to pass the puck into the slot. He did, but it's picked off by Ilya Mikheyev the other way through center. Over the Panther line to the right wing boards, hands it off to Murphy. A one-timer, and a glove save is made by Sergei Bobrovsky. He'll hold on for the whistle. Face-off circle to his left. I mentioned that Bobrovsky is the 10th winningest goaltender in National Hockey League history. That's saying something, okay? Of all the goaltenders that have played, but he's only the second winningest goaltender in Florida Panthers history. The guy that is the winningest goaltender for the Panthers is Roberto Luongo, who I saw on the press terrace a little while ago, and I just shook his hand, said, "How you doing, Roberto?" We had a quick conversation. Told him I talked about him on the broadcast, and I said, "Trust me," I said, "our fans know who you are."
He wishes he didn't know.
Yeah.
Chicago fan.
Now back inside the Panther zone. Teravainen jockeys in the right circle. Put it left circle. Grizzly. He shoots. And that deflects up into the protective netting. But a penalty coming up here. And I believe the Hawks are going to go back to the Citgo power play as former Hawk Seth Jones is going to be assessed a slashing minor. There's the call. It's a Citgo power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving. So Jones gets the gate, 2 for slashing, and the Hawks get their second power play on the night, chance to take the lead.
Really quick, John, Evan Rodriguez was just on the ice for that shift for the Florida Panthers. He was the guy that just left with what looked to be an awful-looking injury. I don't even know what happened. I think he took a puck to the ankle or whatever it was, but he's already back on the ice.
Yeah. You might have blocked a shot. Troy has talked about this a number of times. You get hit on the side of the knee, your leg just goes to sleep, and it's painful. And sometimes you need to be helped off the ice. So I recall Nicholas Hjalmarsson back in the great years for this team, blocking so many shots. It was like he donated his body to modern science. Now Marchand takes a turnover at the Panther blue line, skating it ahead into the Hawk zone to the right wing corner. Marchand, the all-time leader of the Boston Bruins in short-handed goals. He flips the puck now to center ice. Dmitry Kulikov will pound it down back into the Hawk zone around the net to Marchand left corner. Put it in front of the net. Look out! And a shot there from Luke Cunnin is turned wide by Spencer Knight. Looks like Knight just barely got a piece of that. Sam Rinzel over the center ice circle. Gave it to Connor Bedard over the Panther line on the right wing. Drop past Nazar right point to Rinzel, deep slot. Set it off the inboards in the Panther zone. Luosterainen guides it free, but now Bertuzzi takes the puck back along the right boards. Rinzel high slot over to Bedard, a one-timer, and a chest save made by Bobrovsky. Puck is cleared out the center ice by Cunnin, but then sent right back down the boards by Rinzel. And now here's Kulikov to clear it up the right side and down. Knight behind the Hawk net. Passing to Nick Foligno, left wing side Hawk zone. 30 seconds on the Hawk power play. Foligno will take the puck, go for a skate in behind his net, and leave it to Ryan Donato. Good to see him back on there. Donato with a career year last year for the Hawks in goals and points. Moves it ahead to Andre Burakovsky into the Panther zone along the right boards. He turned the puck over to Rodriguez, and then good work by Kaiser to stab it free. 10 seconds on the power play. Rodriguez trying to pin the puck against the dasher with his skate. Finally, Foligno pulls it out. To Lefshinoff left point. Tried to go rink wide with a pass. Picked off by Rodriguez. Over to Ekblad on the near side of the Panther zone. He'll clear to center ice as Jones is out of the box. And the Panthers are at full strength. Here's Lefshinoff deep in the Hawk zone. Moving with the puck up the left wing out to center ice. Hands it ahead to Wyatt Kaiser to the Panther blue line. He'll stroke it down the boards in behind the net. Bobrovsky leaving it there for Jeff Petrie. Move the puck around to Sam Bennett along the left boards. He turns it over. Ilya Mikheyev had it for a moment, lost it. Puck taken back by Verhaeghe of the Panthers. Racing into the Hawk zone down the left wing side. Wedged off the puck by Murphy. Kaiser strokes it ahead on the left wing side of center ice to Dickinson. He moves across the rink down the right wing side, Panther zone. Absorbs a check from Bennett to the corner. And then Marchand takes a pass and moves it out to center ice. Petrie got it in over the Hawk line down the left wing. Bennett, a sharp angle shot goes through the crease and wide. And the puck rides up the near boards down to the Panther blue line. Seth Jones is there to take it down beside the Panther net. Passing back up ice. Marchand will deflect the puck into the right wing corner Hawk zone. Verhaeghe there to Marchand along the boards. Back to Jones at the point and a drive. And Spencer Knight is down with a butterfly save and holds on to the puck. We got a good one going down here in South Florida. We're halfway through regulation. 2-2 the score. And this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, it's Connor Bedard. Get the hometown call all season long on WGN Radio.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
5 words no one wants to hear. You need a new roof. What do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Lisa. These are all questions that run through everyone's mind when they hear those 5 words. But if you call Rogers Roofing, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Rogers has thousands of 5-star ratings for customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And for a limited time, Rogers is offering 5-year no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So, if you need a new roof, don't stress. Rogers Roofing has got your back. It all starts with a free 21-point roof inspection to assess the exact conditions of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 872-320-4880 or online at rogersroofing.com.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Don't mind the guys dancing with my girl.
Charlie Meliodas and John Weideman here in Florida at Amarant Bank Arena. It's a 2-2 game between the Blackhawks and Panthers. Tonight's Coaches Challenges are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with 8 specialties ranked among the top 10 in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. The teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions.
All right, this next face-off circle to Spencer Knight's left. Nick Foligno wins it decidedly for the Hawks to Connor Murphy in the corner. Drives it around behind the net up the right wing side in front of the benches. Foligno battling there with Seth Jones. Puck skewered free by Marchand. Now taken, Marchand left circle, fed it high slot. A shot from Mikkola was blocked in the slot. Murphy guides it up the right wing side. And Nick Foligno reaching around. Seth Jones pokes it to center ice. Marchand takes the puck back into the Hawk zone. Lost it in the corner. Murphy leaves it there for Del Mastro. He'll sling it through the air to the Panther line. Knocked down by Bertuzzi, and then he wrestles it away from Seth Jones along the boards. Kept in at the left point by Nazar, who turns around and fires, and that hit Teravainen on the way through. Puck ends up in the right wing corner. Rinzel spins it behind the net. Bertuzzi in the left wing corner. Working against Jones. Bertuzzi behind the net to Rinzel. Right point, fires, stick save. Puck goes wide. And Reinhardt shot it across the rink. Hawks nearly guilty of too many men on the ice. As Connor Bedard hopped on the ice, one of his teammates was a little late getting to the bench. Grzelcyk back into the Panther zone. To Donato, left wing circle. Got away 2 shots. Seth Jones blocked them both. Jones then takes the puck, lifts it through the air down into the Hawk zone. Rinzel there. Quick pass up by Bedard over the Panther line left wing to Donato, and he pounds one for the left point wide. Rinzel along the right boards. Pokes the puck into the right wing corner. Burakovsky works it free, but then taken away by the Panthers, and Luostarinen will stick the puck down to the Hawk blue line. White Kaiser there to Donato, left wing center ice. And Nazar over the center ice circle, flings it off the boards deep into the Panther zone. Jones has the puck now behind the Florida net. 6:40 left in period 2, 2-2 the score. Jones, the former Hawk. Bank pass up the near side boards, picked off by Kaiser, center ice. To Nick Foligno over the Panther line, stopping at the right point. He'll backhand it down to the corner. Ryan Green in there, trying to work the puck free. As well is Sam Lafferty. Green got free with a puck around to the right circle. Green drops it right point, got it back in the high slot and fires. That goes wide. Loose puck to the left wing boards. Kaiser pinching down from the left point to the half boards, working on Gadjevich. Put the puck behind the net to Lafferty. He tried to send it out to the point. This ends up at center ice, and the Panthers get it. A2 Luostarinen will stick it down behind the Hawk net. Levshunov is buried behind the Hawk net by Yona Gadjevich. And then Greer does likewise in the far corner on Green, but the Hawks clear their end. Lafferty drags it over the blue line to center ice. Colton Dock there to Ryan Green, front of the benches. He'll backhand the puck down behind the Panther net. Bobrovsky plays it up the near side to Luke Cunnin. Head to A.J. Greer in the Hawk zone. Murphy reaching around him, strips it away. Passing to Jason Dickinson, left wing at center ice. He goes rink wide with a pass for Ilya Mikheyev in front of the benches. Mikheyev sticks the puck down behind the Panther net, rolls free in the near corner, and Gadjevich will stick it down ice into the Hawk zone. Doubling back, Bill Mastro wins the race with A.J. Greer for the puck. And sent it over to Connor Murphy. He shot it ahead. This hit a Panther player's stick and deflects up into the netting, high and above the Panther net. So we're going to whistle stopping play with 5:10 left in period number 2. 2-2 is the score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand. But your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
Hi, I'm Tim Stearns from TJ Stearns. I find that people are generally unaware of certain factors that can significantly impact your path to retirement. Factors like healthcare, taxes, income, and legacy planning. As you approach retirement, if these elements are not addressed, it can have devastating effects. I call it the retirement riddle, and I love solving it. Call me. Let's discuss a Protect and Grow blueprint. 1-800-640-2256. My only minimum is that you're a nice person. 1-800-640-2256 or visit tjstearns.com.
Your radio home for the Hawks, Cats, and the NFL, WGN. Now back to the game.
Charlie Roumeliotis and John Weideman here in Sunrise, Florida. The Hawks and Panthers are knotted up at 2-2. Shots on goal in this period are 7-7, so much more evenly played second period than the first period, John.
You know, Charlie, my thinking is the boys went into the dressing room after one period and said, hey, we're right in this game. So, you know, don't play underconfident just because you're playing against the Stanley Cup champs. You know, play like you're equal to them. Maybe bring the confidence level up, and I think they played that way in the second period. I agree. Hawks have the only goal of the second period. Teuvo Teravainen was the one that did the scoring. Nazar to the puck in the Panther zone along the left boards, will turn around and fire, and a glove save is made by Sergei Bobrovsky. It was a good thing he was paying attention. He had Tyler Bertuzzi cruising in front of the Panther net to try and tip that puck. Time now for the Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning, Plumbing and Electric Face-Off for all the right seasons. Call 866-4Seasons. And by the way, I want to mention to you folks out there, now is the time to think about getting your furnace checked. Wouldn't be a bad idea. So call Dave, 866-4Seasons. My buddy Dave Musial, he'll send his crew out and they will take care of you. Inside the Panther zone off the draw. Kaiser sticks the puck to the left wing corner to Teravainen. He shot it across the rink. Levshunov pinching down, nearly got caught. Luosterainen sticks the puck down into the Hawk zone. Kaiser will now carry to center ice on the left wing and fire it down the glass deep into the Panther zone. Luosterainen got to the puck in the corner. Nazar nearly stripped it away. And then Forsling sweeps the puck down into the Hawk zone, doubling back Wyatt Kaiser. Kaiser's kind of been omnipresent with the Blackhawks here today, Charlie. He's been all over the place. Quick pass by Levshunov up the right wing to Connor Bedard in the Panther zone. Had a little trouble battling against A2 Luosterainen. Puck now spun away by Renzel, but right to Luosterainen. He'll stick it over to Aaron Ekblad, who pulls out the 60-degree wedge and lifts the puck almost off the bottom of the scoreboard here. But the puck drops into the Hawk zone, and Matt Grzelcyk will settle it down. Grzelcyk on a one-year contract with the Blackhawks. Send it ahead now into the Panther zone. Ryan Donato from the right wing boards will scoop the puck behind the net. And Ekblad will move it up the right wing side at center ice to Sam Bennett. Move it over the Hawk line. Look out. Brought it to the net there. Verhaeghe with a shot. Turned out of there by Knight. And back the other way come the Hawks, led by Bedard. Over the Panther line, down the right wing to the corner. Spun it behind the net. It was intended for his teammate Donato on the near side, but taken away by the Panthers. They come up ice quickly. Marchand into the Hawk zone. To Bennett, left wing corner, centering the puck, picked off by Murphy. Hawks get a 3-on-2 rush now, 2-on-1 rush. Here's Bedard over the Panther line, down the left wing, drops the shoulder, moves in and fires. And a cheater portion of the glove save there by Bobrovsky. Seth Jones in the near corner, sticks the puck up the boards to center ice to Sam Bennett. Bennett flings it down the glass behind the Hawk net. Knight out to stop it in behind for Connor Murphy. 2:58 left in the second of a 2-2 game. Now Lafferty had the puck, lost it at the right point. Rodriguez fires. Del Mastro blocked a shot with his stick. Carries to the near corner. Jesper Boquist took it away, walks it along the goal line toward the net, but then was stripped of the puck. And now Lafferty will wave it across the rink. Here's Foligno into the Panther zone on the right wing side. Put it down behind the net and then rides his man Rodriguez into the end glass with a massive hit. Puck is shot back up ice by Kulikov into the Hawk zone. Petrie from the right wing corner waves it along the goal line toward the net, but Spencer Knight gloves the puck and holds it. A whistle will stop play. Down to 2:26 left in the period. Still 2-2.
Connor Bedard almost put his former teammate Seth Jones on the highlight reel with that.
Yeah.
It was towards the end of the shift, so Connor couldn't. Looking at the replay here on the Jumbotron, he turned Seth up inside out almost.
Yeah.
But a nice save by Sergei Bobrovsky.
Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it rule if Connor was carrying the puck into the Panther zone and said, "Hey Seth, you want to be on the highlight reel? Just reach for the puck one more time like you just did, because I'm going right around you." Here's Petrie now driving one for the right wing boards. Hawk zone. This goes wide. Puck kept in at the left point by Dmitry Kulikov. Played his first ever NHL game against the Hawks back in 2009 in that season opener I spoke of. A.J. Greer is knocked down in front of the Hawks net. Levshunov and he were tied up. Greer is slow to get up. And a little crowd gathers below the goal line and to the right of Spencer Knight. I have to see a replay, Charlie, to see what happened. He and Levshunov seemed to be battling for space.
They just ran into each other. There was nothing violent or... Yeah, they're just battling for ice in front of the net.
I think I know what happened. Go ahead.
No, you finish your thought.
Let's see how you describe this.
Well, I thought I saw the stick lower between his skates, but I think it got a little higher.
Yeah, the nether regions come to mind.
Where's Dale Talon when you need him?
Yeah. I think all the male listeners out there will understand what we're talking about. But Greer heads to the Panther bench. None the worse for wear. Face-off will be just outside the Hawk blue line at center ice. Going to be Nazar facing off with Lindell. Lindell wins the draw back to the Panther blue line. Former Hawk Gustav Forsling there will chip it off the boards deep into the Hawk zone to the corner. Renzel takes a bump, moves it ahead to Nazar, then ahead to Bertuzzi, then ahead now to Teravainen in front of the Panther bench, and he one-hands the puck down into the Panther zone. The Panthers get it back. Quick pass up the right side for Reinhart. Hawk line right wing. Grzelcyk knocked it away with the stick. Reinhart took the puck back along the right boards, fed the right point. Ekblad, he shot the puck off the glass. It rolls free to the left wing corner. Renzel finishing a nice body check over there on Luosterainen. He sent the puck behind the Hawk net around up the near side. And Nazar and Bertuzzi working diligently to get the puck free along the boards just inside the Hawk blue line. Bertuzzi did. And then Luosterainen falls down over him. Hawks clear their end. Here's Teravainen with the backhander off the boards deep into the Panther zone. The Hawks get a much-needed line change. Ekblad with a pass ahead to Bennett over the Hawk line. From the right circle, fires a shot that goes through to the far boards. And Del Mastro's got it. Ahead to Bedard. Crossing the Panther line. Top of the left circle, put it over Del Mastro. One-timer! Oh, and Bobrovsky, a sliding save. How did he get to that shot? It looked like Del Mastro had the whole side of the net to shoot at. We're under a minute to play here in the second of a 2-2 game. Del Mastro playing both ends of the ice. He's back deep in the Hawk zone to check Seth Jones and work the puck out to center ice. You hear the crowd chanting, "Bobby, Bobby." That's for Sergei Bobrovsky and that great save. Evan Rodriguez down the left wing Hawk zone fires a tough angle shot. That's into the glove of Spencer Knight, and he'll hold on. We're down to 24.9 on the clock. 2-2 is the score. Face-off stays in the Hawk zone. This will be in the circle to Knight's right.
What a pass by Connor Bedard to somehow angle his body to get this pass all the way over to Colton Dock. I didn't think Doc got all of it, but looking at the replay, he did. It's just a fantastic save by Bobrovsky at the final minute of this second period.
Now a draw. Ryan Green tried to work it free, but lost the puck. Kulikov from the left point. Put it down to Jesper Boqvist back in the Hawk net. Boqvist in the near corner. Coughed up the puck. Kaiser will send it ahead now to Green at center ice to Foligno. He got ahead of the puck at the Panther blue line. Poke back to center ice. Hawk line. Brislick's got it with 6. Steps ahead. Dumps a soft one into the glove of Bobrovsky in the Panther zone. Put it over to Kulikov. And there's the horn ending play in period number 2. Well, it's a much more favorable position for the Blackhawks to go into the dressing rooms after 40 minutes, tied at 2, instead of trailing by 2 to the Stanley Cup champion. You wouldn't like their odds, but they're right in this hockey game, Charlie. They've been outshot 27-13, but a much better period of hockey by the Blackhawks in period number 2, both offensively and defensively.
For sure. That was a much more evenly matched second period. We mentioned how the Hawks went into the first intermission down 2-1, which felt like a positive given how lopsided that first period actually was. And the Hawks took advantage with Frank Nazar setting up Teuvo Teravainen in the first few minutes of the second period to tie this thing up. And they kept that momentum as far as evenly matched play throughout the rest of the second period. If you're Florida, you're sitting there saying, I don't know how this game is tied. The shots are 27-13. But if you're Chicago, you're saying we're one shot away despite not playing our best through 40 minutes. But I think if they channel the second period energy more than the first, I think it's going to come down to the wire in this third.
I totally agree. Shots were 10-10. That's kind of reflective of the Hawks period. The Hawks did get the only goal of the frame. Teuvo Teravainen, his first of the season from Nazar and Bertuzzi. And 2-2 after 40 minutes is where she stand here at the Amerant Bank Arena. Hope I didn't say that name incorrectly. Down here in Sunrise, Florida. Now, we're going to send it back to our good friend Jack Heinrich, who's standing by in Blackhawk Central. Jack's going to give you a full intermission report and then back here to South Florida for third period action. Love coming down here. Wish we came down here more than once a year.
That's great that we came here a day early. We got to get the NHL schedule makers to start every game in Florida for us.
You think?
For us, selfishly.
Should we do that?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
get Gary back in here. We got to talk to him.
Hey, Gary, let's do something about this schedule, Ken. We can talk.
I like starting in Florida.
Me too. All right, 2-2 after 2. Jack is next right after we take this break. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Marquette Bank has been Chicagoland's neighborhood bank for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. Marquette Bank is here to help you build savings, buy a home, plan for retirement. Marquette Bank is here to help you achieve your financial goals. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Right now, for a limited time, get 1.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson or the Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end November 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey, it's Steve Bertrand here for Window Nation. You know, October is here, and if you've got old, stuck, or cracked windows, that means you're dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. You don't want that. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. You know, the holidays are coming up. That's a big deal. Window Nation has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, so don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
Ready for the ultimate fall getaway? WGN wants to send you to Janesville, Wisconsin for some fall fun. Explore Skelly's Farm Market, Fall Festival, and Corn Maze. Cheer on the Janesville Jets, dine in style downtown at Draft House, and enjoy coffee at Mocha Moment. Enjoy convenient travel with an overnight stay at True by Hilton or a quick trip gas card. Visit the contest page at WGNradio.com to enter now for your chance to win this unforgettable fall trip to Janesville.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Schedule your annual gas or electric fireplace inspection now. Call Lindemann Chimney Heating and Cooling. Mention WGN and get $100 off. Visit lindemann.com today.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
The first period's in the books.
That's a wrap.
Here's Charlie Remeliotis with your intermission update.
Jack Heinrich filling in for Charlie Remeliotis. He's on the call with John Weideman. We got a tie hockey game down in Florida. 2-2 is the score. Hawks getting a goal pretty early in that second period by Teuvo Teravainen, set up by none other than Frank Nazar, who just continues to look really, really good and continuing that good play from the end of last year and over the summer into this first game. And the Hawks have tied it up. The shots on goal, still 27 shots for Florida, 13 for the Blackhawks, but quick math from me, I think, and I think each team had 10 shots on goal in that second period. So a little more even for the Hawks as they played that second period. Tied at 2, looking to try to get a road win in their first game. This is the only game going on right now in the NHL. So this is the first night of opening night, a triple header. The Blackhawks, the first game against the Panthers. The game following it's going to be the Pittsburgh Penguins going to New York to take on the Rangers. Mike Sullivan's first game as Rangers head coach. He faces his former team. It's another storyline to watch. And then for Pittsburgh, Sidney Crosby, Chris Letang, Evgeny Malkin. They've played, this is going to be their 20th season together. That's the first time that has happened in North American pro sports ever. So pretty cool stat, something to follow along going on for Pittsburgh if they decide to trade any of those three, as it seems like they're not going to be in playoff contention this year, but you never know what can happen. Then the nightcap, the Colorado Avalanche are going out to LA to take on the Kings. Those are the only 3 games in the NHL today. A triple header all on ESPN to start the season. And other NHL news, Connor McDavid signed a 2-year contract extension with the Edmonton Oilers yesterday. A cap hit of $12.5 million per year. Keeps him in Edmonton if they try to get over the hump and win the Stanley Cup. He's going to be staying in Edmonton with that 2-year extension. Elsewhere in the sports world, just about to tip off in Cleveland. Bulls kick off their preseason against the Cavaliers over in Cleveland. First game of the preseason for the Chicago Bulls. Over in baseball, just underway in Detroit after a lengthy rain delay over 3 hours. The Tigers and the Mariners just got started. That series is tied at 1 in the best of 5. And then coming up in about an hour, the Toronto Blue Jays are looking to sweep the New York Yankees. They're up 2-0 in their 5-game series, but it shifts to Yankee Stadium tonight for Game 3. First pitch in the Bronx at 7:08. Some Bears news after the bye week. First day back at practice, getting set for Monday night in Washington against the Commanders. Quarterback Kyler Gordon told reporters that he will be making his season debut Monday night against Washington. He has not played yet this year as he was working his way back from injury. Other injury news for the Bears, they activated the practice window for defensive lineman Austin Booker and running back Travis Homer so they can start working their way back in practice before being activated. Other news in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns have traded quarterback Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals. In terms of the trade, Cleveland sends Flacco and a 6th-round pick to Cincinnati. To Cincinnati, and then the 5th-round pick coming back from Cleveland. So, or a 5th-round pick coming from the Bengals. So a 5th-round pick for Joe Flacco. The only quarterbacks remaining on Cleveland's roster are Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. So 2 rookie quarterbacks for Cleveland. Down in Florida, 2-2 our score. We're going to bring in Charlie Remeliotis to break down that second period. A little better second period for the Hawks. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's the Bob Surratt Morning Zoo. Not really, but I've always wanted to say that. WGN.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yingling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game, and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yingling brings both. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Patrick Dolan from Conti & Dolan Law is a highly experienced employment lawyer ready to help you. Recently hired? You'll want Patrick to look over your contract. Leaving your job for any reason? Talk to Patrick Dolan about severance pay. Moving jobs but getting stuck behind a non-compete? Talk to Patrick Dolan. Discriminated against at work? Patrick Dolan from Conti & Dolan is the experienced employment lawyer to talk to. 312-332-7800. 312-332-7800 for Patrick Dolan from Conti & Dolan.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7. 1-833-PLUM-911.
2-2 our score between the Blackhawks and Panthers in the second intermission. A little bit better of a period for the Blackhawks in the second. We're going to go back down to Florida and bring in Charlie Romeliotis. And Charlie, it seemed like they were able to make that a little bit more even. I think that goal at the beginning of the period really helped them out.
That was a much different second period than the first period. Looking at the scoring chances at even strength in that second period, and Chicago led 8-4 according to Natural Stat Trick. So that was, I think when the first period ended, I thought it was a positive sign for Chicago, and from the standpoint that it was only 2-1. Florida had threw the kitchen sink at the Blackhawks in those final 12 or 13 minutes. The first intermission came at a perfect time to settle things down, because it looked like some of the young defensemen specifically were a little bit jittery. And so they had an opportunity to reset in the first intermission, and then coming out of that second period with the Frank Nazar setting up Teuvo Teravainen goal to make it 2-2. I thought that put Chicago back into it. And by the way, I forgot to mention this on the broadcast, but credit to Nick Foligno with dropping the gloves in those final minutes of the first period. I wonder how much that had a carryover effect into that second.
Yeah, it seemed like they had that spark coming out in the second period. Frank Nazar just continues to look really good. +2, he's got 2 points through 2 periods. I mean, he's just picking up where he's left off.
So on our last Blackhawks live show, I think we tried to predict Frank Nazar's point total, and I had him at 62, and I'm wondering if that was too low after watching this first 40 minutes of play and just what he's done in the preseason and what he did at the Worlds and what he did in the final month of last season. I mean, he's just been an unbelievable player, and he got Chicago going in this game, obviously with the breakaway goal, but to set up Teuvo Teravainen, a beautiful pass. And so it's going to be so much fun to watch Frank Nazar this year, to see what he can do over the course of an 82-game season, especially if he's the version of the Frank Nazar that we saw him finish last season with and carry over into the preseason. So, he's been very noticeable in these first 40 minutes of play.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was around that same point total you were, and I'm kind of feeling dumb right now. But I mean, that's
should we have gone 70?
Exactly. But that's what you want, right? You want them to overachieve. With Connor Bedard, it seemed like he started to get it going a little bit there. Not really on the stat sheet, but he's creating some chances, some good passes, but just couldn't get something through. It does seem like Florida's really keying in on him, though.
They are. And if you're Florida, if you stop 98, you're likely going to win the game. Although the way we're pumping Frank Nazar's tires now, I think teams are going to have to watch out for number 91 as well. But typically, Connor Bedard is the guy that opponents are game planning against. I thought he had that early chance in the first period where he rang one off the crossbar that beat Sergei Bobrovsky, but he just missed. Didn't really notice him much in the rest of that first period, but in the second, I thought he was creating some chances, like you mentioned. Specifically, he set up Colton Dock on that chance late in the second. So hopefully he'll break through at some point in this third period, because it would be great if he was able to find the score sheet early on to get a positive feeling going into this regular season.
Yeah, what are you looking for in the third period for the Hawks to take this one and get a nice road win to start the year?
Yeah, I think more of the same that we saw in the second period. And I would like them to be able to capitalize on the power play if they get an opportunity in that third period. More so resemble the first power play they got rather than the second, because I didn't think the second one was too great.
All right, sounds good. We'll talk to you after the game, Charlie.
All right, sounds good, Jack.
All right, we'll get you set. You can hear the music pumping. Almost time for third period action down in Florida. We'll get you set for that third period after this. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots, or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone, and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Hey, Chicago fans, when the game's on the line, there's no time to waste.
Same goes for selling your house. At Jeff Buys Your House, we make it fast, easy, and stress-free.
No drawn-out showings, no waiting for months on the market.
Just a fair cash offer from a veteran-owned company that puts people first.
Don't let the clock run out. Choose the trusted source. Visit jeffbuysyourhouse.com and score your easy offer today.
We decided to redo our kitchen, and they gutted it right to the 2x4s, so it was a big job.
Mega customers Robert and Alice Joseph of Glenview.
We got 3 or 4 bids, but when the mega guy left, my wife and I said, this is who's going to do our job. They were the most professional. They gave us the most advice, and we knew it was going to work out well. They furnished us with a job schedule, and it said who was coming, what they were going to do, and they stuck to it almost to the minute. They were never late. They got everything done every day they said they would. They finished the job to the day that they said they would. The job was just beautiful. It's been 4 years since they did the job, and we still have people come into the house and say, wow, who did your kitchen? This is beautiful. And it looks exactly like it did the day it was done.
One mega call does it all.
847-658-8989.
847-658-8989.
Megapros.com.
One mega call does it all.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
It's the final 20. The third period's just ahead. Here's Jack Heinrich with your recap.
2-2 is our score as we head into the third period, and the Blackhawks were able to equalize the game early in that second period. Frank Nazar to Teuvo Teravainen.
Sam Reinhart into the Hawk zone down the right wing. Wedges the puck behind the net to Essa Lindell. He'll move it around up the right wing side, but it's taken away by Bertuzzi to Nazar over the Panther line to Teuvo Teravainen. He shoots, he scores! And the Hawks have tied the game at 2. A sweet play made by Frank Nazar, dishing off to a wide-open Teuvo Teravainen, and he whips it past Bobrovsky. It's turbo time. We're tied at 2.
And that's our score as we head into the third period, and it's time for What's on Deck, sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blackhawks in a position to get a road win to start the year against the defending Stanley Cup champions. Hopefully, like Charlie was saying, maybe get something on the power play if they get that chance for the final period. We send it down to Florida with John Weideman and Charlie Romeliotis.
All right, Jack, thank you very much, and well done on your segment of this broadcast here, the intermissions. Great job pinch hitting for Charlie, guy sitting to my right. We're having a little fun down here in South FLA. We'd have a lot more if we walk out of this building with 2 points.
100%. That would be a happy flight to Boston later tonight. The Hawks were able to get 2 points. John and I were just talking about some of the face-off numbers. Anton Lundell has won all 10 of his draws in this game. And, John, we were talking about it with no Alexander Barkov. Florida is now in the sub-50% category. I mean, Lundell is stepping up big time for Florida in that department.
Yeah, he was there. Didn't mean to walk on you there, Charlie. Of their centers, he's got the best face-off win percent, career face-off win percentage anyway. Bennett's been pretty good for him too, but Hawks need a better share at the dot. Hopefully Jason Dickinson can provide that for them to start the third period here.
So I think we're getting a little bit of a line combination mix. Ryan Donato is on this third line with Jason Dickinson and Colton Dock. I thought I saw Mikheyev took a shift with Connor Bedard at the end of that second period. So we'll see if Jeff Blashill is going to spruce up some lines.
Well, the Hawks won the draw. Murphy tried to spin the puck ahead, but it was batted back down into the Hawk zone. And now here's Colton Dock with the maneuver up the left wing to center ice, front of the benches. At the end of his shift, he dumps the puck down in behind the net, and then he labors to the Hawks bench. Looked like he might have torqued his back. Meantime, Dickinson takes the puck away, left circle, Panthers zone, fires. It's turned out of there by Bobrovsky. Mikkola spins the puck away up the far side, held in at the left point by Ethan Del Mastro. Now we get a whistle on a hand pass called here. So 35 seconds into the third frame, still tied up at 2. Looking at the Hawks bench right now, Colton Dock sitting at the end of the bench. You could see him kind of like leaning to anybody that's tweaked their back, their lower back. They understand that pose, let's just say, or that maneuver. And he's trying to get his back right, I would think. Keep an eye on him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, hopefully it's something Colton could just shake off. One of the unfortunate parts about his trajectory with the Blackhawks has been his availability. He's dealt with some injuries in the past, so hopefully he's able to shake this off and return.
Now Teravainen very adeptly reaches through A2 Lusterinen, his countryman, and poke checks the puck away, then lifts it out to center ice. Panthers come back into the Hawk zone. Lusterinen got by Levshunov, but not Wyatt Kaiser, who takes the puck away behind the net, moves it over to Levshunov, Hawk line right wing. He'll stick it ahead off Nazar's stick into the Panther zone. Ekblad clears to center ice, intended for Lusterinen, but Kaiser stepping up just inside the line. Pokes it ahead on the right wing at center ice. Bertuzzi there. He'll stick it down the board deep into the Panther zone. Rides around out to the far point. Marchand there. Put it over to Petrie between the circles. To Forsling at center ice on the left wing, and he unintentionally backhands the puck up and over the glass and out of play. This will bring the face-off back out to center ice. 2-2 the score, 18:27 left in the third period. We talked about the Panthers' injuries ad nauseum, really at the top of the broadcast. Fortunately for them, Sam Reinhart is back with a trail of blood out of his mouth. I don't know if you saw that or not. You'll be ready for Halloween. Don't mean to joke, but I guess I do. And Rodriguez has come back. So if you're Paul Maurice, their head coach, you're wiping your brow as they dodged the bullet that way. Sam Bennett, Panther line, takes the puck. Missing on a pass ahead from Marchand into the Hawk zone, but Marchand steals the puck away from Renzel behind the net. Puck slides up the slot. Kulikov fires from there, turned out of there by Spencer Knight. Mikheyev snaps the puck out to center ice. Taken back by Kulikov for the Panthers. Put it over on the left wing side to Verhaeghe. He centers the puck for Kulikov. That goes all the way through. And now behind the net, Marchand put the puck in front. Bennett fires. That was blocked at the defensive Renzel. Mikheyev the other way. Into the Panther zone, left wing side. Turns on both Seth Jones and Nico Mikkola, keeping the puck in the corner. Now loose puck behind the Panther net. Jones has it there. Lafferty all over him like a bad rash. Lafferty steals the puck. Flips it out to the left point. Del Mastro tried to get to it. The Panthers do. Here's Jones. Got it ahead. Cunnin over the Hawk line, right wing side. He fires, and a nice blocker save made by Knight. The other way, Foligno through center ice and over the Panther line to the right wing corner. Slips the puck behind the net, intended for Ryan Green, but Aaron Ekblad intercepts. Leaves the puck behind the Panther net for Luke Cunnin. St. Louis area native will skate up the right wing of the puck and chip it down into the Hawk zone, far corner. Del Mastro takes a hit there from Greer. And now Lafferty stabs the puck ahead for Colton Dock. Ahead to Dickinson down the left wing Panther zone. He fires, and a shoulder save made by Bobrovsky. Then Dock put his backside into Jona Gadjevich along the boards in the Panther zone. Kaiser at the Hawk line fell down, lost the puck. And it's pushed away now by Colton Dock to center ice. Kulikov then tried to flip the puck deep into the Hawk zone, and this caught the top of the glass and ends up in the protective netting, out of play. 16:23 left in the third, 2-2. Go ahead.
Good to see Colton Dock on the ice. But also Spencer Knight. A couple grade A saves in the first couple minutes of this game. One of them Connor Bedard lost his man in front of the net, and he was wide open. Spencer Knight came up with a big save, and then on another one on the odd man rush, Spencer comes up big to keep this game at 2-2.
Now, one place where the Hawks do lead in the number of departments that the statistics are kept on is in block shots. They blocked 12 to the Panthers 9. You could say then that the Panthers have had the puck more, and they have, but the Hawks have done a pretty effective job of keeping it out of their net. Hopefully that trend will continue. Back in the Panther zone, near corner, Gustav Forsling. Passing up the left wing, Anton Lundell at center ice. Taps it down the boards into the Hawk zone. Good hustling play by Teuvo Teravainen to double back and take the puck away. He gave it a Levshunov in front of the net. He sends it ahead. Here's Nazar down the right wing. Panther zone. Stops in the right circle. Little spin. Went to the backhand. Couldn't get a shot away. Stripped of the puck by Sam Reinhart of the Panthers. Forsling now settling the puck down in the area between the circles. Panther zone. Waiting for a line change. Forsling carrying to center ice up the left wing. Didn't clear the center ice red stripe before sending it down, but no icing called as Knight plays the puck behind the net. Leaving it there for Grizzly. Passing up the right wing to Burakovsky at center ice. Muscled off the puck by Mikkola. Marchand down the left wing Hawk zone. Put it over for Verhaeghe off his stick. And now Bennett fires from the top of the right circle. That shot was blocked. Grizzly behind the net. Works a pass on the left wing side to Mikheyev. He'll clear to center ice. And now here's Burakovsky breaking into the Panther zone. Doubling back was Jones to lift his stick and strip it away. Sam Bennett to the puck on the left wing side. Panther blue line. Shot the puck rink wide. Marchand grabs it and dumps it down behind the Hawk net. Teams are making line changes. Murphy put the puck over to Del Mastro. Left wing boards Hawk zone. He misses on a pass up ice. And this goes all the way down for icing. Take a look at the Panther bench to see if Paul Maurice decides to send a fresh 3 over the boards, and he does not. He's going with his fourth line.
Gosh, even without Barkov and Kachuk, John, it feels like Florida still has 2 first lines. You look at their line combinations last year. Verhaeghe, Barkov, Reinhart in the playoffs. Rodriguez, Bennett, Kachuk, Luosterainen, Lundell, Marchand. I mean, it's essentially three first lines that Florida has.
Pick your poison, right?
Right.
Face-off circle to Knight's left. The Panthers did win that last draw and get a shot away. It was Gadjevich shooting. A glove save made by Knight. Connor Murphy at center ice in the right wing. Takes a handoff, shot the puck down the glass into the Panthers zone. Puck circles the net, and Kulikov from the far side will move it ahead to center ice. A.J. Greer, Hawk line, dumps the puck down behind the net. Murphy catches a high stick, and a penalty is going to be called here. This is coming to Luke Cunnin as the Panthers touch the puck deep in the Hawk zone. Murphy checks his face, as does referee Eric Furlat. Let's see if this is a 2 or a 4. I believe it's just a 2.
71, moderate penalty, high sticking.
There it is. Hawks with a chance to forge ahead on the Citgo power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving.
Massive power play coming up here for Chicago. Florida has flexed their muscles in the first 5 or so minutes of this third period, but there's an opportunity for the Blackhawks to take a 1-goal lead and put Florida on their heels and make them get back into this game.
Yeah, make them chase the score for a while, right? Off the draw, Hawks control. Teravainen to Bertuzzi along the left boards. He coughed up the puck. Lundell the other way to Marchand over the Hawk line down the left wing. He fires a wrist shot that goes high and wide of the net, and this starts the Hawks breakout. The puck actually rims all the way down into the Panther zone. Nazar from the left wing boards. Took the puck out to the left point now. Put it over to Teravainen, top of the right circle. He sent it toward the front of the net, and that hit the stick of Bertuzzi and deflects up into the protective netting.
We also have to say, be careful of Brad Marchand because he, like you mentioned with the shorthanded goals, the career leader for the Boston Bruins, he's a threat in that area. So you don't want to be overly aggressive where you forget to make sure you're not leaving Spencer Knight out to dry.
He's very dangerous as a shooter, but he's also very clever as a puck handler, is Marchand shorthanded. Draw one by the Hawks. Sam Renzel looking for his first NHL goal. Takes the puck right point, put it over to Connor Bedard left point. Now Teravainen top of the right circle to Renzel. Deep slot. Holding the puck. Gave it to Bedard through the high slot. He shoots. Glove save made by Bobrovsky. That shot actually might have been going wide, but Bobrovsky wasn't taking any chances. Now 1:17 on the Hawk power play. Faceoff will be in the circle to Bobrovsky's right.
Sorry, John. I was going to say first unit is going to stay out here, even though they're 43 seconds into this power play. They've gotten some nice movement.
Tyler Bertuzzi, a clean face-off win. Renzel left point, now deep slot, hammers a shot, missed the net. Bertuzzi went right to the front of the net to create a screen after winning that draw. And Renzel's shot misses the unit. Bobrovsky never moved. I don't think he ever saw the shot. Here's Sam Renzel, Hawk blue line. A casual drop pass now to Bedard to center ice. Bedard over the Panther line. Drop pass, Renzel, high slot to Nazar, left wing board. To Teravainen, left wing corner to Nazar, right point. To Renzel, near the left point. Now to Bedard in the left wing corner. Works it away from his former teammate, Seth Jones. Puck taken back by the Panthers and given back. Nazar in the high slot to Teravainen along the right boards. To the line, Renzel fires a shot that deflects off the stick of Lindell and up into his face. And he goes down in a heap, and the whistle blows. Anton Lundell's got a half shield, and the puck got up under the half shield. It may have cut him, maybe not. Still 30 seconds left on the Hawk power play, and the faceoff stays in the Panther zone.
I was about to joke that Florida's dentist might be a little busy tonight with Reinhardt and Lundell. I thought he might have taken that on the mouth as well, but good puck movement by Chicago on that first. Seeing the replay of that, but yeah, good puck movement by that first unit. The second unit's going to hop on here and finish off this power play in the final 30 seconds.
Panthers get control. Luostarinen clears to center ice. Andre Burakovsky gloves the puck out of the air. Dropped it to his stick and then carried back in the Hawk zone. Put the puck behind the net. Artem Levshinov. Head to Andre Burakovsky, center ice. Hands it off to Ryan Donato. Coming in over the line. Donato, right circle, pulls up. Couldn't get a backhander away. Hit by Ekblad and knocked down as Bobrovsky will reach out and glove the puck to the ice ahead of the crease. Give Ryan Donato an awful lot of credit there. Some great moves to work his way past the defense. But Ekblad's a big man. He takes up a lot of room, and he was able to knock Ryan off balance. So the faceoff stays inside the Panther zone in the circle to Bobrovsky's left. Still 4 seconds left on the power play. Going to be Sam Bennett facing off with Connor Bedard. If Bedard can get a clean face-off win, Hawks will get a shot. Unfortunately, Bennett wins the draw. Puck ends up in the corner. Panthers come to full strength. Kulikov trying to shield his countryman Ilya Mikheyev, and he does so successfully. Then lifts the puck to center ice. Wyatt Kaiser knocks it out of midair, but then Kaiser now has to finish off Marchand with a body check in the far boards in the Hawk zone. Hawks get the puck. Levshinov with a lead pass up the right side to Dickinson. Hawk blue line. He redirects it to center ice. Kulikov firing it back down the boards into the Hawk end. Kaiser pulled over by Bennett against the end boards. Panthers get the puck and then give it back. Here's Bedard with a little pass ahead to Jason Dickinson. He'll nudge it off the boards in front of the benches at center ice and then get off on a chain. Kulikov back between the circles, Panther zone. Leaving it there for Jeff Petrie. Back to Kulikov up the left wing to center ice. Flips the puck down the boards deep into the Hawk zone. Jonah Gadjevich given a bump behind the net by Kaiser, who ends up with the puck and leaves it behind the net for Artem Levshinov, who nearly turned it over, but spins it ahead to Nick Foligno. The Hawks have a 3-on-2 rush through center ice, led by Foligno. Hawk captain over the Panther line right wing, drops it off to Murphy, high slot, hammers a shot. He just missed the net. Del Mastro from the left wing boards, put it down behind the net. Lafferty tried to center the puck, picked off by Gadjevich. To Mikkola behind the Panther net. He'll hand it off to Jones along the right boards, Panther line. To Jonah Gadjevich at center ice, and he'll dump the puck down the boards behind the Hawk net. Knight out to play it to the near corner to Murphy. Little pass up the right wing, Lafferty center ice, deflecting the puck into the right wing corner, Florida zone. Forsling there to get it. Head to Evan Rodriguez over the center ice circle. Dumps the puck off the left corner boards. Hawk zone, look out, they score! Mackie Samoskevich played the puck out of the left wing corner and tossed it with a backhanded flip in front of the net. The puck hit Jesper Boquist in the body and maybe the shaft of his stick and ends up in behind Spencer Knight. The Panthers lead at 3-2.
That's just an unfortunate break for Chicago. The Blackhawks coaching staff is taking a look at the monitor to make sure that Boquist didn't punch this puck in with his glove. I don't think it did. Trying to see if Blashill is giving the sign to the officials on whether or not they're going to challenge this. It's taking a while.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a goal.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd be a little skeptical. Don't mean to be, but it could be a coach's challenge. They're going to face it off. They're lined up for the face-off at center ice, and now Kelly Sutherland points to the center ice face-off dot. So it is a good goal for Jesper Boquist. That's his first of the season. Panthers lead 3-2.
I guess the NHL wants to send out a memo to teams this year to make sure that the coaches are submitting their, if they want to challenge it, they have to do it a little bit faster this year. So.
All right, we'll take a quick break. 10:15 now left in the third. 3-2 favor the Panthers. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown." Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and Jerry Lee Lewis. Celebrate the legends of rock and roll with Paramount Theater's $1 Million Quartet. Spend a night out in downtown Aurora with hits like Blue Suede Shoes, Walk the Line, Great Balls of Fire, and many more. $1 Million Quartet. It's the hottest ticket in town. Get yours today at ParamountAurora.com.
Hey Hawks fans, this is Connor Murphy. Let's get back to John and Troy on 720 WGN.
Hey Blackhawks fans, make sure to join us at the United Center on Friday, October 17th at 6 p.m. as we take on the Vancouver Canucks in a Friday night showdown. That's not all. The first 8,000 fans will receive an exclusive Stan Mikita bobblehead presented by American Express. Tickets are available now at Blackhawks.com. There are, I believe, John, 7 bobbleheads that the Blackhawks are handing out this season for their centennial. So we're going to add to the bobblehead collection.
Stan Mikita, on top of being a great human being, is the all-time leading scorer in Chicago Blackhawks history, and just a great, great man. And a great golfer, by the way. Those of you that knew Stan know what I'm talking about. Back underway, Spencer Knight with the puck behind the Hawk net. Holding it there, gave it to Rinzel near corner. Boquist then bats it away. Samoskevich to the puck along the right boards, tried to center. This ends up in the corner. And then Grzelcyk took the puck, waves it behind the Hawk net over to Rinzel. He'll pass it ahead now for Bedard, the Hawk line, but it's off his stick. Reinhart slots it behind the Hawk net. Around it goes up the near side. At center ice, Donato in front of the penalty boxes. Tried to work the puck free ahead to Bedard, but the other way are the Panthers. And now the puck turned over inside the Hawk zone by Doc to Lundell. He walks it to the net. And a shot taken, but now Spencer Knight will plop on the puck and hold it. Whistle stopping play. I refer to the puck management again, Charlie. It's early in the season. I know that as the team goes along with practices and continuity, that doesn't become that much of a factor, usually anyway, but here today it has at times.
It feels like Florida makes a lot of teams fumble pucks because of their aggressive style and how relentless they are at forechecking. And you mentioned it earlier, sometimes it feels like you have a guy breathing down your neck.
Ekblad off the draw, backs up to the deep slot, fires a hard wrist shot. That's into the glove of Knight. He'll hold on to it there. You had Marchand bumping with Nick Foligno in front of the net. I think Marchand was wise to maintain his composure and discipline there. You don't want to get involved with that guy. That'd be a little bit of a mismatch. Marchand's pretty tough kid, but
former teammates in Boston too. When Foligno was there a couple years ago, they overlapped.
Yeah, true that. I remember the scrap between Andrew Shaw and Brad Marchand. That was memorable. That happened in the TD Garden. And Shawzy got the better of Marchand that night in that little scrap, little set two. To my knowledge, that's the only time they ever tangled. I don't think Marchand wanted to tangle with Shawzy after that. Or maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe they just never had the opportunity. Inside the Hawk zone at the right point. Ekblad spins it down behind the net. Bennett's got it there. He and Murphy battle. That'd be a good tangle. Sam Bennett, a very tough guy. And now Marchand to the puck in the right circle, fires. Turned wide by Knight. Bennett behind the net. Lost the puck. Over to Murphy. He'll pass up the left wing side. Mikheyev, he deflects the puck down into the Panthers zone. Good hustling play by Burakovsky to reach out and put his stick on Forsling stick as Forsling tried to clear the puck away. Puck ends up down in the Panther zone. And then it's turned over at the line by Levshunov to Verhaeghe. He's over the Hawk line, down the right wing, brought it to the net and fires. He hit the side of the net. Then from the corner tried to get a cheap one there. He shot it off the side of the net again. Puck taken back now by Jones in the right wing corner. Checked by Kaiser to the inboards. Mikheyev also in there to help out. Jones keeping the puck alive, milking the clock. Puck rolls free behind the net. Lindell's got it. Top of the left circle. Mikkola fires. Glove save made by Spencer Knight, and he holds on. 7:53 now left in the third. 3-2, the Panthers lead. We'll take another break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The John Williams Show, weekdays 10 to 2 on the station you trust, WGN.
Whether you're on the field or on the ice, the best way to bet is with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips, Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees, ever. Other books may charge you just to get on the field, but with Circa Sports, every play is yours to call. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, you can chill by the crystal clear Gulf.
And stroll downtown St. Pete's galleries and murals.
And hang with the locals at a fishing pier.
And escape to secluded white sand beaches.
Secluded, huh?
Yeah, and they're spectacular.
And then grab a sandwich at the Grouper Capital of the World.
And maybe a nightcap at a rooftop bar with sunset views.
Okay. In St. Pete, Clearwater, you'll find just what you're looking for.
And then some.
Your Florida escape begins at visitspc.com.
My friends at Access are the leaders in ADA general contracting since 1990. Access is dedicated to serving those with mobility challenges, from elevators and stair lifts to ramps, bathroom modifications, and more. Their personal, caring, friendly service team covers all of Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home or Zoom video mobility assessment with Access. Call 844-IL-LIFTS or visit allaboutaccess.com and tell them Lou sent you.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Back here in Florida, Charlie Meliodas and John Weideman. Let's get to our first Who's Hot, Who's Cold of the season, sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. Who's cold? Let's do Connor Hellebuck. He allowed 7 goals against in 2 preseason games. Had a really tough first round for Winnipeg. Bounced back in the second against Dallas. Who's hot? Frank Nazar for the Blackhawks. 4 goals in the preseason, which was tied for first among all players, and he's got a multi-point effort in this one.
Got a goal here tonight. First goal of the season, Frank Nazar. Let's hope that continues. Puck goes out of the ice surface in the Hawks' end of the ice. They get a face-off now circled to Spencer Knight's left. That line, by the way, that Frank Nazar was playing on all preseason with Bertuzzi and Teravainen, they just almost instantly clicked. Like they were in Minnesota. Frank had that big night there. And it just seemed like they just read each other so well. And we're going to get an icing call now here against the Hawks. Rinzel missing on a pass up the right wing. But as the season goes on and those guys become even more familiar with one another, I think we'll be able to anticipate play based on the way they play.
Yeah, that trio finished last season really strong together, and it feels like it carried over into training camp. I also think Tyler Bertuzzi, he had his best season under Jeff Blashill, so I wonder if he's playing with renewed energy early this year with Chicago.
I think that's almost a given. As Rinzel shot the puck off the glass deep into the Panther zone, another icing call. Yeah, Bertuzzi played for Blashill in Grand Rapids and in Detroit, so he knows the head coach of the Blackhawks pretty well.
Yeah, and Bertuzzi is historically a slow starter, so hopefully he's already off to a really good start in this season with 2 assists.
This is the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing Face-Off for all the right reasons. Call 866 Four Seasons. Face-off circle tonight's right. Nazar against Lundell, who wins the draw. Forsling at the left point, moving down, fires, hit a skate. Ricochets across the rink. Teravainen to center ice. Rink bypass Nazar, got behind Ekblad, moving to the net, and then he's pushed in behind. Bertuzzi scoops it back to the right point. Rinzel there, back to Bertuzzi. He'll fire from the right wing boards. That's blocked in the skates of Ekblad, who carries behind his net, sent it up the boards, and then the puck is shot in from the left wing half boards by Grzelcyk and blockered up into the protected netting by Bobrovsky. Whistle stopping play. We're down to 7:05 left in the third. Still 3-2 Florida. Good effort here by the Hawks nonetheless, regardless of how this game ends. This was 2-2 for a long time. And the Blackhawks had the better of the play in the second period. Here in the third period, the Panthers have reasserted themselves, but there's a long way to go. We'll see if the Hawks can find a way to tie the score and send it to the first Hyundai overtime of the year. Polino wins the draw. Murphy right point. Long shot. Stick save made by Bobrovsky. Gadjevich tries to clear the puck. He cannot. Petrie grabs hold, moves it ahead to center ice. A.J. Greer put it in over the Hawk line. Gadjevich, he sent it in front, and Cunnin fires, and a nice save made by Spencer Knight down in the butterfly position. And he got the glove out, made the save. Whistle stopping play. Luke Cunnin has been around a little bit. I mentioned he's from the St. Louis area, Chesterfield, Missouri. They used to have an ice rink in Chesterfield right along Old Highway 40. That's where the St. Louis Blues used to practice. I would bet you Luke grew up playing in that rink.
Regardless of what the result is going to be in this game, Spencer Knight has to be one of the 3 stars of this game. Another grade A scoring chance for the Florida Panthers. Knight is up to the task, and that's a huge save in the final 7 minutes of this game.
He's kept the Hawks in it for sure. McKayev down in the far circle. Panther zone had the puck stripped away by Bennett. Bennett to center ice, leads the Panther rush into the Hawk zone. Snaps the puck down the boards behind the net. Around it goes Marchand in the left wing corner, leaving it there for Bennett. Bennett pulls up, and from the half boards firing a shot. Rinzel stopped it in front, then pulled it away from danger to the far corner. Then he's checked, leaving it behind the net. A dangerous pass by Connor Bedard ahead to Matt Grzelcyk. And he repositions himself, clears to center ice. Now Rinzel strips it away from Bennett, front of the penalty boxes. Flings the puck down the boards in behind the Panther net. Bobrovsky put it over to Kulikov. He'll move it up the right side to Boquist. From the Panther blue line, clears to center ice. Here's Artyom Levshinov firing it back down into the Panther zone. Puck circles in it to the left wing half boards. Colton Dock battling there with Evan Rodriguez of the Panthers. Mackie Samoskevich battling with the Hawks' Ryan Donato. Puck comes free to the left point. Kaiser there. Side steps ahead. Moves it to Levshinov on the right wing side. Fires! It's turned out of there with a kick save. Rebounding. Kaiser fires toward the net. That goes wide. Levshinov put it right point. Dickinson to Levshinov right point. Backhands it down through the air and into the glove of Bobrovsky just beside the Panther crease. He'll hold on, and a whistle's going to stop play. All right, we're down to 5:25 left in the third. Hawks trailing the Panthers 3-2. Can they mount a comeback and tie this game? and send the defending Stanley Cup champions back to their homes with a somber expression on their faces? Find out after we take this break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, you put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor, because you know the bigger the fight, the better the reward. Modelo, the mark of the fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Imagine having your skull detached from your spine to save you from paralysis. When Phil came to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, his spine was digging into his brainstem. After feeling unsure about his first hospital, he sought out our team's expertise and drove 14 hours for our care. We developed a comprehensive plan to rebuild his spine and made him feel at ease every step of the way.
Nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Medicine is pioneering treatments for tough neurological conditions. During surgery, Phil's team detached his skull and removed the top of his spine. They then rebuilt his spine using rods and screws. This innovative procedure put him back on his feet in days instead of weeks.
As Phil's nurse, I'm proud to be part of the world-renowned team that's giving so many people a new lease on life.
Northwestern Medicine. What makes us better makes you better.
If it happens in Chicago, we know about it. The Lisa Dent Show. Weekdays 2 to 6. Now back to the game.
Charlie Meliodas and John Weideman here in Florida. If you're looking for the ultimate night out, bring your squad to a Blackhawks game at the United Center for an experience you won't find anywhere else. Whether it's birthdays, office outings, family gatherings, or just a much-deserved night out, nothing beats the energy in the UC. Group ticket packages are available at blackhawks.com/groups.
Yeah, so bring the squad. As Charlie told you, you have a great time. Left shot off in the right circle. Moves to the high slot. Kaiser fires. And Reinhardt hit one knee to block that shot back down to the Hawk blue line. Left shot off there. Head to Teravainen, center ice on the right wing. Backhands it across the rink. Bertuzzi down the left wing, Panther zone. Snaps the puck around the glass. Ends up along the right sideboards. Nazar trying to dig it out and did to Teravainen. He took a slash, but put the puck down to the corner. It's in the skates of Forsling against the boards. Bertuzzi waves the puck back to the right point. Left Shanoff there. To Kaiser, left wing half board. Sent it off the inboards. It banks out to Teravainen along the right sideboards. To left Shanoff right point. Fires one in on goal, and a glove save made by Bobrovsky. He'll hold the puck now with 4:37 left in period number 3. Still 3-2 Panthers. Get a fresh 5 out there for the Blackhawks with the face-off in the circle to Bobrovsky's left.
Good idea by Levshunov to just get the puck on the net. He did it right before the TV timeout as well, just trying to pepper some shots from the point, but unfortunately on that last one, the Hawks didn't have a net front presence, so it was a clean glove save by Bobrovsky.
You know, if you get somebody there that can tip pucks, you got a chance there. I know the guys are all trying. Renzel now takes the puck and carries down behind the Panther net where he's checked. Leaves the puck there and then taken away by Verhaeghe. Sent it around to Marchand through center ice over the Hawk line, right wing, working against Burakovsky. Cuts to the slot and fires, and that's into the glove of Knight, and he'll hold on. Andre Burakovsky, a forward, was attentive enough to understand that Renzel had been caught in deep on this play and decided to reposition himself and play a little defense there. Forwards don't always do that. Some of them forget that they need to do that from time to time.
Renzel fell in the offensive zone, and so that's why it took him a while to get back. And Grzelcyk was also a little bit late. It was Mikheyev that was the second quote-unquote defenseman back. And another good save by Spencer Knight, who's keeping Chicago in it as we approach the 4 minutes left here in the third.
That's center ice. The puck taken by Colton Dock. Sends it off the right corner boards, Panther zone. Kulikov with kind of a sloppy clear, put the puck right onto the stick of Ryan Donato. And from the top of the right circle, try to get a shot away. This deflects up into the netting. This is going to keep the face-off in the Panther zone. And this will be in the circle once again to Bobrovsky's left. Bobrovsky has faced 19 shots by the Blackhawks in this game. 2 of them have beaten him.
Curious to see how aggressive Jeff Blashill is going to be in pulling Spencer Knight for the extra attacker. I believe that preseason game and the dress rehearsal against Minnesota, It was I think it was north of 2 minutes. I believe it was around the 2:20 mark. So I wonder if Jeff is going to go back to that well and get really aggressive here in the next minute or two.
Grizzlies shot the puck behind the Panther net. Burakovsky's got it, falls down, but moves it around to Mikheyev to Grizzlies left point. Hammers one off the inboards. It bounces in front of the net. And Bennett takes it out of there, gave the puck ahead Verhaeghe over the Hawk line. To Marchand, right point, cuts back through the high slot. Puck poke checked away by Mikheyev. Now Burakovsky to Renzel through center over the Panther line. To Grizzlick at the left point. Firing one down toward the net. It deflects wide. Marchand will just scoop it out to center ice. Once again, Burakovsky back skating. Takes the puck over the center ice circle. Gave it to Renzel, Hawk blue line. 3:15 left in the third. 3-2 Panthers. Renzel. Lead pass for Bertuzzi into the Panther zone down the right wing. Drops it in the right circle. Then it's centered in front. And a shot from Teravainen was blocked. Puck taken away by the Panthers. Rodriguez clears to the Hawk line. Kaiser there. To Nazar. Breaks in over the Panther line. Drops it on the right side boards to Teravainen. To Bertuzzi in the right wing corner. He takes a check there from Ekblad. And now Rodriguez escapes through center ice over the Hawk line on the left wing and backhands the puck in front of the net. Slides all the way through to the far corner. Nazar tried to pass it with a backhander behind the net. This deflects instead in front of the net, but Bertuzzi right there to bail him out. Leaves the puck between the circles. Levshunov passing up the right side. Dickinson, center ice. Wings it down the glass deep into the Panther zone. Lundell's got the puck behind his net. Passing up the left wing, Reinhardt center ice to Seth Jones on the right wing side of center. He'll fire it down the boards deep into the Hawks zone to the near corner. Connor Murphy got it there for the Hawks. Put the puck behind the net. Matt Grizzlick there. Grizzlick will step out, move it ahead for Donato. Then to Dickinson. He works his way through over the Panther line. Looked like he caught the shaft of Seth Jones' stick in the face. No penalty called. And then Luosterainen got tied up with Murphy, who went down awkwardly. Here's Reinhardt into the Hawk zone across the slot where he fires, and a blocker save made by Spencer Knight. Down to 1:45 on the clock. We'll keep an eye on Knight to see if and when he heads to the bench.
Bedard, Nazar, and Bertuzzi are the three forwards on the ice right now, so Knight is going to head to the bench as soon as this gets into the offensive zone.
Forsling intercepts a pass outside the Panther line and shot it down behind the net. Murphy there to swat it around to Renzel along the left boards. Renzel now to Murphy on the right side of the Hawk zone. Passing ahead for Nazar. Pass hopped over his stick, taken away by Verhaeghe. He flips it down in on goal, and Knight loves the puck, drops it to his stick, and clears it away. Down to 1:12 on the clock. Nazar, Hawk line, gave it away. Verhaeghe moving into the Hawk zone. We get a whistle. This play is ruled offside. Boy, had Spencer Knight headed to the Hawks bench and that play been onside, that was an easy empty net goal for the Panthers.
Spencer's been trying to get to the bench for the last 40 seconds, but the Hawks have not been able to get out of their own end and into the offensive zone. And Connor Bedard and Frank Nazar hopped onto the ice around the 150 mark to hopefully get out there for the extra attacker, but now they've been out there for 35 seconds. You wonder if Blashill's, I think Blashill's going to take his time out right now because Bertuzzi, Bedard, and Nazar have been out there for almost a full shift.
We'll remind you that we'll be in Boston in a couple of nights. Get our first look at the Boston Bruins. A game with a normal start time. It'll be 6 o'clock Chicago time, but 7 o'clock Boston time. The Blackhawks now at the bench. Mike Vellucci, assistant coach, by the way, has the dry erase board out and diagramming a play for everyone. Spencer Knight is down between the circles. Hawk zone now. He retakes the crease. This face-off will be just outside the Hawk blue line at center ice with 1:08 left on the clock. Panthers have seen this situation innumerable times in the last couple of years. They're a veteran team, and as anybody would tell you, you win a couple Stanley Cups in a row, you go to 3 Stanley Cup finals in 3 years, you're a really good team. So, overstating the obvious there.
Sorry, John. Hawks are going with 4 forwards out here right out of the gate. Sam Renzel is the defenseman, so as soon as they get possession here.
If they get possession, now they will. As Forsling dumps the puck down the boards deep into the Hawks zone, Knight stops it behind the net. There goes Knight now to the Hawks bench. Rinzel's got the puck. Head to Nazar, center ice. Hands it off to Bedard. Bedard over the Panther line, right point. Sends it left point. Teravainen slings it toward the net. It hit Foligno. Follow-up shot. Nazar shot it through the crease. Foligno went down, but he's back on his feet. Teravainen's got the puck out near the deep slot. To Bedard, top of the right circle. Hands it off Rinzel. Now Rinzel from the right circle fires one just wide. 33 seconds on the clock. Puck rides around to Bedard, left point. To Teravainen, right wing circle, then half boards. To Nazar to Teravainen. Fed it through in front. And this is swatted away by Lindell up the slot. Taking it center ice now. Rinzel flips it ahead into the Panther zone. It was a bouncing puck. Ekblad clears to the Hawk line. 12 seconds left. Quick pass ahead. Bertuzzi, Panther line right wing. Slings it down behind the net. Gathered in by Forsling. He shot it around. Rinzel could not hold the puck in at the left point. 2 seconds, one. And the Panthers successfully defend home ice on the night. They'll raise their banner to commemorate their Stanley Cup championship team of 2024-2025. They hang on and beat the Blackhawks 3-2. Blackhawks record now 0-1-0 on the 2025-2026 season, their centennial season. A good effort here this afternoon. They not only took the lead in this hockey game on the Frank Nazar goal halfway through the first period, they fought back and tied the score in the second period and sent it about halfway through the third period where the Panthers found a way to take the lead. They held on. They outshot the Blackhawks in this hockey game 37-20, and they will take the win out of tonight's game. That's how this one ends as the Panther fans shower the ice with rats. We'll tell you more about it right after we take this break. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Ever feel like the road is out?
I'm Channels 91, Internet 938, Penguins on Internet 941. LA Kings take on the Colorado Avalanche at 10:30 p.m. The Kings on XM 219, Internet 932. Avalanche on Internet 926. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 91. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Monday, October the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the opening night of the NHL's regular season, the Florida Panthers face the Chicago Blackhawks at 5 p.m. The Panthers feed on Sirius XM Channels 91, Internet 931, Blackhawks on Internet 925. The New York Rangers face the Pittsburgh Penguins at 8 p.m. with the Rangers on Sirius XM Channels 91, Internet 938, Penguins on Internet 941.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
Six-time Stanley Cup champion and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier stopped by SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin to discuss what Game 7 means to him and what it's like to also lose a Game 7.
Well, when you think about the two greatest words in sports, you think about Game 7 for many reasons. Obviously, to get to a Game 7, both teams obviously very evenly matched from the literal sense, the Game 7. You don't have to be a sport fan to understand that something's big at stake and that you will go watch it, even if you don't know the teams, you don't know the players, you know the backdrop, because it's the greatest form of reality TV in the world, because there is going to be a winner and a loser. A lot at stake, obviously. But for me personally, it's a lifetime journey to acquire the skill set that's required to be able to perform when the stakes are the highest, under the most scrutinized pressure